have been tough, no doubt about it. Tough on all of us. But you know what? So be it. The Workers Club. I love the name.
Lay beside me. Tell me what they've done. And speak the words I wanna hear. To make my demons run. The door is locked now. But it's open.
Hey, it's me, Wilson. It's the Workers Club. And you know what? I'm going to say it. Got my boys with me. They're born again, and they're my boys.
Brothers in Christ.
Yeah, Larry. We are finally getting into the book of Rope Opera. What's the full title? Rope Opera, How WCW Killed Vince Russo by Vince Russo. This is Larry's pick.
Yeah.
And I don't have any reviews or anything. I mean, I read the reviews and things of that nature. And they were all pretty boring. You know, the people that hated him for the reasons you hate. Not hate. They didn't like the book because for, you know, Vince Russo reasons. And then people that like Vince Russo, which shockingly there are people that think he's correct on things. They like it for the, you know, I mean, one of them I read was clearly a plant. He's only reviewed one thing.
Probably had his son write it.
Yeah, and it was 5 stars, and it's every, you know, it's Vince could have written it. Maybe he did. Now Larry picked this book.
You know, I'm trying to find the fucking clip. Do you remember that famous Alvarez clip where he's like discussing just the title of the book and Brian's just like incredulous? He's doing, you know, his Brian rant.
Yeah.
But I can't.
Yeah,
it might have been in one of the best of comps because I don't.
WCW killed Vince Russo. Rope Opera. Dave. What do you got?
So what are you reading?
What
review?
No, I wasn't. I don't have anything like that. So I figured, what did you?
Why am I picking this?
Why are you picking this? Yeah.
Well, again, I love the first Russo run, and that's what I thought he was going to cover.
Okay.
I made a bad mistake.
This is good timing. What's up? Trying to give you medicine?
That does.
So you were saying, Larry, you like his first run.
I thought this would cover it, but I made a big mistake.
Oh, it's his first run in TNA, correct? Is that what you're saying?
WCW.
Oh, WCW, right. Because this is about, and
You don't even know because he's barely touched on it.
Well,
It's
I kind
lost
of
in the woods.
Yeah. From the cover, which is him in TNA, and then, you know, WCW Killed, I kind of thought it would be about the end, and then like him going into TNA, his kind of TNA run. What does anybody have any before we begin? I think we've asked this. For professional, we have. Does anybody want to share their experience with Vince Russo over their life, and their what their baggage they're coming in with, if any?
There was this really annoying thing he used to do on his Pyro and Ballyhoo website. You know when you say granted while you're speaking? You know, like granted, Russo booked during a time that was successful. He wrote it as Grant It. Infuriating. He went to college, Indiana State University.
There's some of that in this book where I was like, you pause and you go.
I'm pretty sure Cornette's commented on Russo's poor grammar.
You need some Grammarly in that email. Gus, what are your thoughts on Vince Russo growing up or now, or, you know,
I remember being super hyped about him coming over to WCW, and then just kind of I tried hanging in, but yeah, it was just too much, and I never really jumped into TNA, and then
I haven't watched any TNA.
he was just one of. I never really had a strong opinion, and then he was just one of those people like, oh, he's kind of a character.
You never watched any TNA?
Me or
Yeah.
Gus? No, I don't know. No.
I've gone back and I like rewatched the first like couple years, I think during quarantine, but I did not watch it as it was airing. No.
Did anybody subscribe to WWF magazine as a youngster?
Yep.
And read the Vic Venom columns?
Yeah, but that was time when I was about to lapse. But I remember them.
That was my kind of introduction to finding out later, that was
to gonzo
Russo.
journalism.
Yeah. And apparently he covers some of that in his first book. He covers a lot of, his WWF run and stuff like that. We're not doing it, though, Larry. We're doing the book numero... Does he written only these two?
Yeah. Then the third one he's working on now, right?
As
soon as he gets his... Yeah.
That he never completes that. I'm gonna. I don't want to spoil anything now. Reading in this and now what I feel, I have no opinion other than like IBS now, present day. I don't pay attention to him other than I'm aware that he, I don't know, does the same thing Bischoff does, but on a less successful scale.
Industrial complex.
Yes, the AEW. I guess he does WWE as well. Of this is all bad. I mean, I can't. What would the pie chart be on getting money out of talking about wrestling? Modern stuff would be Eric Bischoff's taking in the most as like a singular person. Maybe Cornette is up there, and then Vince Russo is. I imagine is a distant third.
Yeah, he doesn't have that big of a reach anymore. No one's ever reacting.
That pie.
Yeah, no one's ever really reacting to Russo takes.
Conan.
Maybe.
I know. Oh, you know what?
Conan's higher. Conan's got a higher Q score than Russo.
And I sent you guys the link because I was just looking into it. I saw, that he has Al Snow on the show, which I guess, is common now. And they were talking about what did he say? How did he word it? Vince Russo read what Kevin Nash said on his podcast, and it was about Vince McMahon being schizophrenic. Kevin Nash, and this is now I'm repeating what Vince Russo heard about Kevin Nash's podcast, is that Kevin Nash threw out there that maybe Vince, hearing three voices, three separate entities of himself, is schizophrenic, thus explaining his behavior. And then Vince said to Al, "Do you think Vince is schizophrenic?"
And Al read that book about abnormal psychology.
They didn't go into that's why he was on as an expert.
Yeah. Al Sarvin.
Al's going, no.
Dr. Sarvin.
He's not a schizophrenic. But I liked the comments that were popping up as it replayed, and people were going, Kevin Nash is an idiot. Why are you talking like this isn't worth talking about? And in that, I'm watching it, trying to get a read on who Vince is right now before I get in this book, and he's going, now, would you say that Jim Ross Jr. Allowed himself to be bullied by Vince? And it's like, oh, he's got a JR problem where it's like allowed himself. And Al goes, well, I mean, Vince was his boss, and I mean, allowed as much as anybody. I mean, when there's a bully dynamic, that's, you're allowed. And Vince is going, right. Not going to comment on their producer having a Mass Effect video game hat. That's fine.
I don't even know what that means.
It's a video game. I recognize the logo. Look, I played the games. I'm not wearing a fucking hat.
Can I do an old white man rant real quick? I've got the
sure.
game on in the background. These ads on the sleeves are fucking horrendous.
The what on the sleeves?
The ads on the sleeves.
Oh, the ads for baseball.
Corporate logos.
You're watching baseball.
Yeah.
Okay. I was picturing a guy with a sleeve tattoo, like a punk with the Pepsi. That's an ad. Okay, Larry, you look like you're praying.
I'm more upset that fucking Tanner Bibby's getting rocked, and it's going to be a fucking
you guys are invested
sweep.
in.
I'm not invested. I will not watch anymore. I'm out.
Okay, let's dig in.
I'm just watching the MLB.com and the little squares playing baseball.
I see. This book is dedicated to the memory of my brother, Jeff Iorio. I'm not sure. Jeff, I love you more than one friend can possibly love another. He thinks about him a lot. You are an angel bestowed upon me by God. I'm grateful to him I was the chosen one.
What does that mean?
I miss you so much. I don't know.
You know, when God, personally bestows upon you an angel, doesn't that happen to you guys?
No, okay, that's another question. Now, are any of you, either of you, born again or about to? Are you susceptible to be born again? I mean, could this book work on us possibly? I do not personally. I think lights out. I don't want to get into this. I hate when people start. I'm like tensing up right now. I just want to make it clear where I'm coming from before we get in this book.
Lights out.
Yeah, it's lights out. So okay, nobody here is coming in going. Does anybody here go to church?
No, but I will come as a Catholic, a
Okay.
lapsed Catholic.
Okay.
Maybe I'll get a little butthurt. Some of that'll come out when Vince starts.
Vince, as also a lapsed Catholic, might talk you into the pew.
No, but see, I still tend to defend it though against the other religions.
Okay, you're about to be like that streamer kid that has some thoughts on Israel Palestine.
It's not even something I notice myself doing. When I do, I stop. But I still feel like that's my home team.
Okay. This is the foreword, and you have to figure out who this is. Vince Russo, the first man to actually make men in tights appealing. False. Yes, correct. False, wrong, not a good start. For years now, I've watched my father work day after day in crafting his unique job position. Okay.
I always remember, like, when I would go see my dad on the job site and just admiring his unique craft position.
Yes.
Really inspired me as a young man.
He's crafting it. I often find myself crafting my unique job position. Some dads, so this is one of Vince Russo's sons. Some dads worked at the Coke factory. Some were repairmen, and some just sat on their butts for a living. Not mine. Which I don't want to spoil this out of the gate, but Vince Russo definitely made money sitting on his butt and just sat at home. He talks about it later.
That's how he's getting paid to this day.
And sometimes he sits on his butt not making money. He talks about that.
Oh, no.
So he tells the kids, my father is a writer for wrestling. I thought for a minute when he was doing some dads worked at the Coke factory. I thought that Vince wrote this.
Oh.
And was like, he just wrote and said that attributed it to his son.
Oh.
Just because, it's the same.
Yeah.
Vince, as we'll soon find out, Vince Russo has the same kind of
Giving too many examples for things.
Yeah, and a hard on for like blue collar work, and kind of a fetish for Southern boys. So he tells the kids, "My father's a writer for wrestling." They don't always hear the same reply. They have writers for that. Yeah, they have writers for that, which is an appropriate question. Say what you want about Vince's work. It's already just not even Dad, Vince. Love it or hate it. Okay. When he had his own business, his dedication was to have that place as clean as a 5-star restaurant.
His business.
His biggest commitment wasn't to his work, it was to his family. My dad spent hours with me and my brother. That's normal for a dad, I suppose. I don't know. I mean, I didn't know what this business was at first, and so I'm going, okay, he likes to keep his office clean. Okay, why are we applauding this?
Is it the video store?
Yes, it is revealed to be the CD warehouse.
Did you guys have a CD warehouse franchise in your town?
No.
I think so. It sounds familiar. He's committed to family. He's dedicated to cleanliness. I wrote for some reason. Let's see. Go ahead.
My father. He's dedicated to cleanliness.
He's going in. He talks about it. He's going. Well, they talk about it more about him going in. He's clocking in at CD warehouse. He's lining up the posters. I'm not sure what he's doing at the CD. This is the first in our books. Is that the lettering for the WCW, WWF is the same size as the lowercase font, but capitalized. Very odd to me.
Okay.
I just was like, why is it? At first I thought because WCW, I went, why is this lowercase? And then later I went to WWF and I was like, oh, it's just a stylistic choice. So, and this is almost him prepping us. The son is prepping us for this book. You might be wanting here to read about WCW and wrestling, but I don't know anything about that. A fuming Goldberg or a grizzly old Hogan.
That's not even a story.
Yeah,
just that Hogan's old.
Yeah,
Vince.
He's grizzly.
Vince Russo let me stay up late and watch Saturday Night Live. This was the man who watched Hanna-Barbera cartoons and quoted Scorsese films.
Oh.
What? What's wrong?
And and he's like a low rent Tony Soprano. His son's coming down in the basement and he's watching Hanna-Barbera cartoons, eating ice cream.
Who's Russo's favorite SNL guest host?
Ooh.
Probably Robert De Niro. Oh, but he's a Republican, isn't he? Isn't he a Republican?
He is.
Because I was looking up, I think, donation of what he's donated to. I think he donated to some Trump for president. But he probably doesn't like Robert De Niro now. He's up there in Tribeca. He doesn't know what really is going on.
How can you be a father at 84?
When I first read that sentence, I reversed it, and I had quoting Hanna-Barbera cartoons and watching Scorsese films, and I spent notes trying to figure out what he would have been quoting. I was like, Ruh-roh? Yeah, but I was like, what's quote? I was so confused.
Well, we get a pretty good idea, I think, in the first chapter. He comes in hot.
You could always find him wearing a baseball jersey and basketball shorts. He was ready for any sport. Guys, how do we feel about a guy always dressed for the sport but not playing the sport? That's a type of guy. He's kind of dressed like Kevin Smith all the time. He's got a big old honking hockey jersey, jean shorts. There really isn't anyone else like Vince Russo. Not true. Vince Russo has taught me so much about this world without having to give me any of the bullshit that's censored, kind of like an old Mick Venom column, that most fathers provide. I just have at some point like, what's going on? Like, what is this bullshit?
Yeah.
What is he talking about? What's the bullshit other fathers are handing down to their sons and daughters? Is Vince sitting them down on the stoop and like, I'm gonna tell you, bro, the things that my father never told me. When a man loves a woman, he brought me into this world, and for that, I am grateful. To some people, he's the man who ruined wrestling. To me, he's just dad. The guy who wants to hang with me whenever he's got the time. And I was like, got the time? That doesn't sound good.
I'm putting in 60 hours at the sea. I can't.
Those shells aren't going to stock themselves.
We got a big new release Tuesday.
Oh, man. Now, keep this... Okay, we'll get to it. So that was VJ. Now is the other son. This is an all-timer sentence for me in this podcast that we've done. I was munching on a mouthful of Thanksgiving turkey. Munching on a mouthful of Thanksgiving turkey when my dad initially approached me with the notion of writing the foreword to this book. Thanksgiving dinner and this is the way it's written. Like, my dad initially approached me about writing this for a Thanksgiving dinner while I was chewing my food. How could I possibly capture all my thoughts and feelings about my father in a few neatly structured paragraphs? I'm sure any son could write an entire book about his father. So which is it?
It's
Can
good
you not
that
put
you're
it in
just writing
the
the forward.
Yeah. He's not asking you to write a fucking book. He's asking you to write a few paragraphs. Which is it? I wrote here at some point, be normal. I mean, that might have been about the munching on a mouthful of Thanksgiving. What aspect of Vince Russo do I talk about? Oh, can you imagine being someone's son and you're talking about your dad like, what's,
Yeah.
do I talk about the guy in the San Francisco Giants jersey with the thick New York accent and baseball bat at his side?
Sure.
The heel on national television who everybody loved to hate? I don't know if that was a reaction. The unruly writer who single-handedly, quote-unquote, destroyed wrestling? No way. I don't know that guy. You know who Vince is? He's the guy who took me to my first rock concert. I believe it was the Kiss 96-97 reunion tour. My mother was livid. And I did the math. Yeah, I think he would be like 6 or 7. He's 12 in 99.
You got
right? Yeah, I think he said he was 12. One of them was 12.
So you'd have been 9.
And if this is the younger, I don't know if this is the younger one or the older one, he would have been a couple years. Yeah, who knows? But
your guys' dad's into Kiss?
No. And that's a massive strike against Vince for me.
Yeah. No, my father is not a fan.
Okay, can I say, before I finish this forward, sometimes when we're doing a book, I'm like, God, I feel like sometimes we're too mean or we're too harsh on people. And a lot of times I stay awake at night and I'm like, fuck, why am I going in so hard on this person when we're just reviewing this book? And I understand that a lot of times I'm clearly looking to these books for this. It's just not going to be there. I'm like, this is going to be art. This is the artist is going to make some art. Very cool that they're trying their hand at writing a book. Very noble of them. And then you read this fucking thing, and I'll just say now, this is the fucking worst book I think we've read. This is fucking bad. And it makes it worse because, we'll get to it, he talks about writing in it and him as a writer. And it makes it more infuriating as you read this slop. So just to get that, if Vince, like Sean Haight listens out of curiosity or curious listens, it's not good. Sorry. The same guy who would let me stay up late and watch South Park when I was still in elementary school. Probably not the best idea for a 5th grader, he says. So we're getting a theme. They liked Vince because they're staying up late. Dad's home. Dad's off the road. You're getting to stay up late on the weekends. Amy's raising the kids the other amount of the time, I suppose. So in response to his work, well, there's one thing I can say about my dad. He's always a man who always worked his butt off for his family. And for that, I will forever be grateful. That's kind of a burn on his dad where he's like, what can I say about his work? Well, he's working hard. Can't comment on it good or bad or indifferent, but he was working.
It'd be funny if he like took umbrage with like
he starts breaking down the booking. Yeah, that shit was overbooked. Why no finishes?
Why so many false finishes, Dad?
He was teaching me then what it was like to be a man, what it means to be a hardworking, providing, and responsible man who has his priorities straight and refuses to take crap from anyone. It's like this again. I was like, this is like the Coke bottle line. Like some dads were repairmen. You know, my dad were. This is your guys. Your dad is sitting down in a chair and writing Tank Abbott over fucking insert Medusa. You know, draw no contest. That's all he's doing. Like, what does he do? What's he? He's not digging ditches.
You gotta make it all make sense, though. There's a lot of moving parts.
He's not laying brick. He's operating his own business.
He's laying Brickhouse Brown.
Yes. When my family lived in Marietta, Georgia, it was called CD Warehouse, and I was like, all right, kid, it's a CD Warehouse, all right? It's not called CD Warehouse. It's a small franchise that sold CDs and DVDs. Every single day, the guy would get up early and make sure the store was fully stocked and spotless.
So he was fulfilling his franchise agreement.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, it's called a job.
Wait, so when did Russo run this place? Because I didn't think the kid was old enough to be a teenager.
He ran it, I believe, I looked this up. He ran it when he was, while he was out of wrestling, quote unquote. So the little span between WCW and TNA.
Oh, okay. I thought this was his pre-wrestling job.
No, this
I
is what he
think
does.
he worked at a video store, like as a teenager.
That's where I'm getting confused. Okay, yes, that makes more sense. Why it's in Georgia?
Yeah.
So Vince has really laid into his kids' ice. I go to the store every day and I clean it. To the point that they're like, you know what I remember about Dad and CD Warehouse? That fucking place was like clean. And why is he working at a CD Warehouse? He's probably maybe one other employee. The only reason I want to own my own business is because I want to be my own boss. There you go. That's okay. I just also want to know Willie here, as it's read as Will. Will worked for DDP Yoga. Or maybe he still does. I'm not sure what he does now.
Okay.
So,
they're all in on it, man. It's like the fucking wrestling Illuminati.
they're all waiting for that Legends contract.
You mean the NDAs?
I can't believe... Yeah.
I'm right on that.
It is.
I am right on that.
It's so funny to me that Vince, you know, all these years where people would kind of keep, they would get under the good graces of WWE, but for the most part, you know, like DDP, all those guys in that one picture we were talking about a week ago, where it's like all these guys got paid by Tony Khan at some point. And he was like, yeah, you want to get in the ring? Get in the ring. And now Vince is gone, and he's not there to be like, why are you here? Who are you? No one cares about you anymore. And they're just lining up to shake Paul's hand. CM Punk's back there asking for advice.
It's also performative. It's a ritual. It's a cult.
Don't get me started on the Punks Arn talking about that.
Oh my
That
God.
would be so. Could you, Larry, be honest? Could you
think
do
Arn was
that?
like, hey, Phil, give my bro Brock a call. Appreciate it.
I lost so much. I don't have respect, but it would be like opinion. I guess my opinion of these guys that they actually went and did the back and forth with Phil of like, did they really
come
offer
on.
advice?
That's
Did they
what
really?
That's what they live for.
I'd be like, come on, man. Are you ribbing me? You're
No
how
one-
old?
No, if these guys were as self-aware as you're making them seem, they wouldn't be backstage at this wrestling event. They'd be at home.
They want the
These guys are
validation. They want the
marks. Yeah,
acknowledgement.
fuck yeah.
But then Phil's doing it because he wants that he wants it now.
Right, so he's got to set the example. Because he
But
can't
he's
be a
still doing it.
Yeah, he's-
You're always learning.
Yeah, you got.
Phil would say you're always learning. How
Yeah.
many times do you need to hear someone say slow down, let it breathe?
I don't
Before
know,
you're like,
apparently.
I've heard this 1,000,000 times. Or what would be another one? If it was Al, it would be like, don't come twice.
It's all the friendship beads.
Hey, that Hell in a Cell had blood in it. Pretty cool. I love
Bring
you,
back Russo.
and thank you for bringing me into this crazy world. So they also, Vince, I think at some point, numerous times, but he was saying to his sons, I brought you into this world, because that is something they both said. They acknowledge it. He has granted me life, so thank you.
I don't know. Is that a
No.
Catholic thing?
I don't know.
Like a parent, of a parent to say? Because I feel
probably-
like I heard it a lot. Not in my house, but other people's parents.
It's very funny. Speaks to Vince, whatever he thinks he contributed to the business. He didn't put anybody actually writing about his contributions and how great they were to the business. He's having his sons essentially give vanilla character testimony to be like, before you shit all over my dad, just know that he was...
That retail franchise he ran was so
Yeah,
clean.
he didn't hit me. He had a job.
We got to stay up late and watch Joe.
His sperm created me.
There's another full-throated endorsement.
And you know what? Do we know that for sure?
Oh boy. I mean, I think they look like him. I think.
Swerve.
This book was written between the fall of 2006 and the fall of 2008. And I believe this is during this time that his friend dies. Thus, it's on his mind when he writes the dedication.
So we're still in W. Bush era.
Mm-hmm. Even though his views and opinions on individuals and circumstances may have changed, and this was published in 2010. Right? 2010? Right. So he's covered. This is going to be a thing with Vince. He's covered on all sides. You're not going to get him. You're not going to get him on anything. Okay? So, look, he wrote this. He stands by it, but also his opinions have changed. And just a reminder that was then. This is now. And also. So, okay? Not a word was altered. The reason it's simple. We're all on a never-ending journey. I kind of wish that this was in like all of our books, and so then Brett like jumps in and he's like, actually, Benoit was not great and very bad. I wrote this at the time. I would like to change my opinion now. Remember all the stuff about him and Owen writing and Carl being best friend? That's actually Owen thought he was creepy.
What has Brett done that on?
He has. I just want that because Vince does it.
Okay.
So I was like, hey, let's all do it. Let's put it in every book we write. We're like, hey, don't believe everything I'm about to write. It was a different time. Let's see. Prologue. Yeah, Vince has got a prologue. Let's take a big whiff of what we're going to get. Searching for Avalon. And he starts it with a quote from Barry Levinson's 1990 drama, Avalon. And so Vince writes, I'm back. And I said, I'm lost. I have no context for this. Thanks, Larry. We're diving into book 2. He's back from what? Saved or unsaved? I still hate the blank page just the same. Don't you hate the blank page?
Yeah.
He's been gearing up to write Forgiven 2. Which that would be, we really missed on this book being titled Forgiven, Roman numeral 2. I guess I'm trying to think of other books where they're like, Stephen King. No, he's written, but he never puts 2 at the end. He's The Shining 2.
I thought you were just referencing the Metallica trilogy of Unforgivens.
Yeah, I know. And then I
No.
got the Unforgiven 2.
He wrote Forgiven, and so now he's going to write Forgiven 2.
Oh,
But now it's known as the book Rope Opera.
Unforgiven 2.
See, I don't know Metallica enough that I'm just thinking about the movie.
Let me write it down. Go ahead.
That, or it's going to be a Kiss song.
I resolved last week. Believe me, I already knew about the Kiss, and I said Kiss isn't going in.
What about isn't there a midget cover band? Does that count? Once more, the fear of that white, empty, agonizing blank piece of paper made the trip from the sectional to the computer seem like an endless journey.
You know what's cool? If you got a laptop, it's all the same space.
Just picturing now, Vince already is making me picture him sitting on his sectional and lumbering over to the computer.
Do you think Vince Russo has written spec scripts?
No.
You think he's just too lazy and
Yes.
useless? Okay.
I mean, his career trajectory was to.
You don't
work
think
in
he
the
wrote an
WWE.
episode of Blossom in 1994?
No.
I
And look,
was
Vince
too
is going to
busy.
hate this. I think Brian Gewirtz, and why maybe there's friction there, is
Oh,
Brian
no.
is.
It's the one person Brian can one up.
Yeah. Yes. And Vince has that thing where he kind of wants to be respected for being a veteran in the business, but no one ever respects him. The lowest rung people are friends with him.
Hey, Russo, dead man on campus. All right.
Yeah. I've actually, he's written, I mean, to Brian Gewirtz's credit, he has written things that have gotten produced.
You know who my uncle is? I mean, Russo probably loves those fucking shows, right? What did his uncle write? Taxi?
Oh, yeah, he did.
Oh, yeah.
And he wrote an episode of The Simpsons. That's
Yeah.
right. And that book that we maybe will read someday about a model that's being hunted and killers on the loose.
What was that?
Yeah.
That was his book. Remember, we found
Oh,
that
he wrote a
had
fiction book?
Howard had published a book
Okay.
that I don't think anybody, Gewirtz never met. Nobody's mentioning. They were never mentioning each other. So.
Let's get back to.
So yes, he's on. So the journey from the couch to the computer is an endless journey. Some things do change, but not the ugliness of the naked page to the writer. And Vince, the hard worker, can't get off the couch. So I always knew there'd be a second book. He wrote Unforgiven, and his thoughts and emotions incubated. And now they're going to burst from him like Bruce Banner bursts through those hideous purple pants as he transforms into the Incredible Hulk. So this is the beginning of something that happens in this book a lot. Vince stops dead in his tracks and starts talking about... He starts doing bits. He starts doing stand-up routine. So he goes, by the way, you ever come across anybody that wears purple pants? What's that about? And he just starts talking about that. He's doing a bit. And he writes, I wrote, by the way. By the way, that's how he starts it. By the way.
By the way.
And then he goes, yeah.
Vince Russo is a Dice Clay guy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Christ.
Oh, yeah. And he feels so guilty for listening to it. So he goes, getting back to my thoughts, I could no longer be a prisoner of my own emotions. So one way or another, they had to be unleashed. Set free into the world to shape young minds and have an everlasting impact on the free world. And well, here you are. It's like, not by choice, brother. Hold on. He's trying to like point the finger at you and being like, hey, see, gotcha. You're reading this book. If you're reading these words, there's a good chance that you've already read Forgiven. Nope.
Nope.
By the way, he's proud of that book. It was his greatest accomplishment. We'll get to it probably the day he dies. I'm just guessing. I mean, the amount of time it takes to get to books. But it's not his son's. It's the book.
Not the CD warehouse?
Not because he was able to receive my Medal of Authorship, but because I know that God himself simply used me as a vessel to get his words across.
Normal.
Oh, here we go. I wrote at one point here, Larry. The good news is for all of us, the big man has more to say. Oh, baby, here we go. So God created a new creature in Vince 27 months ago. But he's still old Vince sometimes, every now and then.
Okay,
no human is going to be 100% perfect 100% of the time. Only God is capable of that. And well, that's why he's God. So, he's thinking about what he's going to write in this book, and he's thinking that he wants to go down sensationalism avenue. How is he going to reel you in? Remember in that last manuscript? Ugh, he writes that. Remember in that last manuscript? I started with this short but powerful sentence, I hate Jeff. Again, no, I didn't read your last manuscript.
Yeah, we didn't. Sorry.
And he's like, well, why don't I start with my scripted promo on Hulk Hogan?
Okay.
Something doesn't feel right, though. That's not where the real author of this book wanted to start. There's a problem right there. You're not a real author. I sat and I waited for God to speak. That's right, by the way. He's going to inform me, and he informs us again and again. God waits for nobody. You wait for God.
Hey, I'm a vessel.
And this,
that's my Italian Vince voice.
Yeah. I think this is Vince reasoning to Amy in book form why he sat around so much. God will communicate to me when the time is right, Amy.
Hey, Vincenzo, write a book about the wrestling. That's God.
Bruno, hello?
Vince. You don't force the hand of the creator. He's the clock king, not you. Chalk up my first Caped Crusader reference.
Oh.
All right, Brian Wirtz, when did you get up in here? Or do they hate each other because they're looking at a mirror, a reflection of each other? So while biding my time, I decided to watch a DVD chosen from my personal collection. I was like, working hard. The movie is called Avalon. And he talks about the movie Avalon. It's about Polish immigrants. And, it's just a kind of watching this family throughout the generations in Baltimore. I have watched this film many, many times. And after each viewing, my river of tears is deeper than the last. God, and this is where I was like, I don't think Vince understands. Or maybe this is just his very, very personal one-on-one relationship with God. God himself broke me down at my very core to make me realize why the film had still such a traumatic impact on me.
Dad's in the basement watching Avalon.
Talking to God.
Crying.
This is real, he comes up with tears in his tears down his cheeks, and he goes to Amy, he's like, I finally figured out why I love Avalon. God told me it's about family. And she's like, her eyes are so wide. Okay, are you writing a book yet? Or
You haven't had a steady paycheck.
maybe do you call Terry Taylor or something?
Say you're sorry.
My first realization came when, for the first time, I truly realized how much I miss the family. Not my immediate one, and he lists them: Amy, Will, VJ, Annie. But just the concept, the very foundation of family. That's what he misses. Okay, that's right. Okay. This is also, have you noticed, this is 2010. And he wrote it in 2006, right?
Yeah.
Vince is still doing this. If you look at his Twitter, where he's like, "It's not about wrestling. It's about It's about life. It's about small moments. It's about the." He's like, a greeting card or daily inspirations. But he makes his every waking minute, devoted to bringing in income is wrestling. To this day, forever and ever, the CD warehouse is gone. He's left to talk to his old wrestling friends and talk about wrestling and wonder if Vince is a schizophrenic.
He's not even that good at it because he's on like his 5th or 6th show by now, I think.
What's that?
He's on like his 5th or 6th version of that too, so he's not even very good at it. Like he always has problems
He rebrands
with co-hosts and shares.
I mean, where am I at here? Okay,
Look, Moses wandered for what, 40 years?
And so he's talking about Adam and Eve.
Not Adam and Steve.
No. And ironically, he goes, ironically, we are no different than our fig leaf clad ancestors. Just writing fig leaf, like he is picturing Adam and Eve with the little leaves around over their bits and pieces. I wrote baby brain, just baby brain shit. Did God take my grandparents' house at 21 Poplar Street?
Yes.
Amazingly enough, Sam Krinsky's wife in the movie Eva lived on the same street in Avalon. Coincidence?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, I lived on a Poplar Street once. Coincidence? Did he give me a taste of heaven on earth only to take it away? In my very humble opinion, I believe he did.
Weird.
So he wants us to chase God. And he says that's what all God wants. To follow him. Chapter 1.
But wait a second, what happened to the house?
I don't know. It blew up, I guess. One of those Baltimore tornadoes, or
No, he doesn't say. He said his grandparents had a house.
yeah.
That he saw, and then he didn't get because he's a sinner, he thinks.
Well, the black people moved into the neighborhood and they had to move.
Maybe they didn't make any payments. I don't know. They took the house. The bank took them, not God. Vince. Daniel Ellsberg, Psychiatrist and Negro Sneakers, Chapter 1. That's the title. This is 20... I don't want to do like this is the year, but I don't know, 2010? I guess, 2010.
It's a problem. And he puts it in quotations, which makes me believe that it was hard R sneakers. Because why put it in quotations?
Absolutely.
Okay.
He's got a core group of friends. There's
Could
Ralph.
you imagine like one of your childhood buddies ratting you out like with the racist shit you did as like a 9-year-old? Unbelievable. What a rat fuck.
I don't know. Can we get Douche? Or is it Dude? Can we get Dude? Can we get Mike? Can we get Ralph? Can we get Chikurda? How would you say
Oh,
that?
that guy's an internet sales manager.
Why are you calling him Doog?
Isn't it? That's what it says. My core group was always there. Ralph, Doug.
Doug.
No, he spells it D-U-G-E right there.
Oh, does he? Okay, I'm sorry. He didn't before that.
That's other people, I think.
That's the younger
Doug,
kid.
Kenny,
Sorry,
Jimmy,
I
and
thought
Bobby.
Doug was Doug. I thought you were doing a bit.
No, I think Doug later he taught. I think it's based off his last name, possibly.
It's the Dooge.
So how do you say this? Chikurda.
I didn't.
Chikurda. I thought for a minute this was going to be. I thought Vince was really going to try and pull one over on me. Like one time, I don't want to rat my dad out, but as a bit, one time he was talking. Growing up on the mean streets of Canada, he was talking about his friend group, and he just was like, he was making a joke about like, oh yes, Canada was very diverse growing up. And he said that he had an Indian friend, and that's what I thought that Vince was going to. He was inventing to prove that he had like a collection of everybody, a checker. But I don't know. The way he described him, I don't think so. So Ralph is there. I mean, he's writing this as if it's like Avalon. He's like, his mother's out the window. Ralphie, it's dinner time. They're echoing, bing, 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 ricochet, rabbited throughout the neighborhood here. He's in, I believe, Farmingville. Ralphie had the pipes like his idol Ken Dryden. I think I wrote that because he also said he has had another idol. Oh yeah, he said Ralph cocked his Louisville Slugger with visions of impressing yours truly, who was at a few years older, his idol. He was like, I'm his idol. And then later he's like, Ken Dryden was his idol. Who is idolizing?
Who cares? I care so little for this story.
Well, he wrote it. I want to know why he wrote it. Vince wants you to know.
There is no
boy
why.
2 years younger. Oh, there's a why. So Mike Del Piore was the smartest of the bunch. Basically, what Vince writes is that Mike would bully Ralph. And I wrote, Vince already learning to watch someone bully another and not do anything. They played a game called Daniel Ellsberg's Psychiatrist. They heard it on TV every day. That's why they called it that. And also Negro sneakers. Named after a hideous pair of black, green, red, and yellow sneakers my mother bought me that we thought were the colors of the African flag. Okay.
Yep.
And
yeah.
Look at it. Think about it. Okay, so that was why you guys called it that.
Mm-hmm.
Not African sneakers.
Yes. Baseball, basketball, hockey, stickball, football, wiffle ball, box ball, kickball, kick the can. Remember that one, he says? It didn't matter. He even doubles down and goes, Daniel Ellsberg, psychiatrist, Negro sneakers. It didn't matter. What was a video game? Are you kidding me?
The can.
Yes, he does. He does paint a very he's rolling a hula hoop with a stick down the street.
Exactly.
And he's fucking his newsy hat. What was a video game? Are you kidding me? We were kids. Honest to goodness kids. Okay. So then we're back to Chikurda. That's what they called him. He was an icon. And then he's just like, this guy was an imbecile. He's just like, he had a bad haircut. He had acne. And he was an idiot. I loved Chikurda. There just wasn't another like him. Vince trots that out a lot. There's nobody like. And his kids do it to him. There's nobody like him. now do you see why the kid was one sock away from a pair? And the story is that he would hit a ball into windows because that's how the field was pointed towards a building. I was like, I don't understand what he's dumb because he hits a ball hard. He's supposed to aim away from the windows. I don't understand. He's about, let's see, he's at a Kiss concert, right? Is that what's going on? Shakira and I were generals in the Kiss Army. When I was about 15 or 16, the same age as
cool.
Christine, Kiss
Very
fans
cool.
will get the reference.
I just
Huh? Do you get it?
generals in the Kiss Army.
Yeah. So Vince is homesick. After admitting to being a full-fledged hypochondriac in my first book, and I went, "What, Larry?
Yeah,
What?
We need to read the first book.
What? I don't know this." Which has also made him annoying, right? This Vince Russo now is also, he's a Kiss fan. He's a hypochondriac. He's constantly he's got you coming and going. He says no.
He's only had sex with one woman.
He's got all these racist.
He's weirdly a prude, but then also aggressively sexual in his thoughts and fantasies. This time I was really going to join Elizabeth for all you Sanford and Son buffs.
You guys Sanford and Son buffs?
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's good.
The reference. Brian. Goowarts. The guys couldn't find common ground talking about middling, just TV that they watched when they were kids.
You know what I'm wondering, and if you're a Stern guy, Sal the stockbroker is another Long Island guy, Italian, who was fucking crazy about Kiss.
Yeah.
Do you think the two ever mingled at Kiss functions?
I mean, he loved Howard. He wanted that kind of. That's him. Finger on the pulse is him saying to Vince, "Everyone's listening to Howard Stern." I have this one? Is Vince Russo a fan of Opie and Anthony?
Ooh,
because that's more his speed, I think.
I think by the time they were kind of coming up, he was on the God train, right?
Yeah, 04.
I thought they were kind of done. They were kind of on their way out as far as getting fired, like in those.
No, because they got some of Howard's old slots in 06.
Yeah, and they were on the same. Weren't they on the same? They were also. He hired them onto the satellite too. Didn't he get them the satellite deal at a certain point?
No. They were on the rival. They were on XM.
They were on XM.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. There used to be Sirius, and then there used to be XM. They were two separate.
Why didn't I think they were on the same? I guess they were on the same station. Sometimes some of those companies on the same stations.
Two separate.
They're competing, but it's the same company. Like
no. This was before that. Now they're.
I'm saying terrestrial. Yeah, terrestrial though. Yeah. So then there's Frank Dugnan, or the Doog, for short. And he's just like he hit everything. He's a good hitter. As Archie and Edith would say, those were the days. And then he's like, I'll get to the wrestling stuff. One more stop. And he's like, because this is all him just going, I don't know what this prologue is. The prologue is him going, I used to hang out. When I was a kid, I had friends, and they were kids, and we did kid stuff, and I miss that. And then
that's it. It means nothing.
He's met his wife in Indiana State University. That's his other Avalon. He remembers winning her a big stuffed animal at the fall festival and dropping by her sorority booth to give it to her. Taking her to the movie Arthur on their first date. Not making a move because he didn't want her to think he was one of those guys.
Yep.
We must savor those moments.
Popcorn bucket.
When he wrote, I don't want her to think I was like all those other guys. I was like a deviant prude. one of those guys. What did Amy honestly think of his? Did she just really just be like, this is just TV these days. You got to give the people what they want.
I guess.
But then he's at home saying, Jim Cornette wants to do this and this and this. And that's
He's probably showing her private parts and saying, look, on the radio's different. It's the same thing.
Now you're making me think about Amy watching that one scene. When he does that. That is an insane camera. The shot where he does his lips, and he looks into and he's all bug-eyed. That's insane. Chapter 2, Gone Like a Thief in the Night. What?
Give me a couple minutes.
Okay. One. I missed the peanut call out. Damn it. Chapter 2.
There you go, buddy.
Gone Like a Thief in the Night. He's at Titan Towers. It's his son Vij is now 15. Okay, so yeah, he would have been 12. We'll just sit in his room. Wait, no, he's 12 there. That's why I thought he was even younger, because he's 12 in 99. Possibly 13, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, he says Vij, now 15, will just play video games while listening to dead rock stars croon.
Fuck you, Vince.
Maybe he'll watch an occasional Depp film or Simpsons episode, but that's extended. He never leaves the room. Never. He gets a lot of that from me.
Teenager.
Yeah. But even I leave the basement from time to time. I mean, you have to eat. So Vince, again, painting himself as a complete schlub.
Yeah.
Who insists that he's a heart. He's active. And here we go again. So you have other thing? Nope, he just starts into it. Are there any games going on in the streets of the country today? Anywhere? What happened to that? No wiffle ball, stickball, hockey. Forget about Negro sneakers, Vince. He knows. He wants you to bring it up. He wants you to say Negro sneakers.
In quotation marks.
He's going, my dad used to take me to the Mets. It was $8 for 2 tickets. I took my kids to Fenway. They said it's too hot. And then he compares him to his friend Chikirda. Which he earlier was like he was a moron. He was touched. They don't even watch the Super Bowl. What happened? I did when he said forget about Negro sneakers. I wrote, I wish I could. Vince, you're not 90. Like, why is he acting like an old man on the porch right now? His kids were born in his kids were born in the late 80s to early 90s.
Yeah, early 90s.
So what's happening here, Vince? What do you?
Wait, no, the kid's 15 in 99, 84.
Okay.
Wow, so his son is my age.
Yeah, the worst we had was Smear the Queer.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, he says here, God, why was I debating it? My 2 sons, VJ and Will, who was 12 at the time. Which, again, kind of bad grammar. My 2 sons, VJ and Will, who was 12 at the time. So they're cleaning out his office at Titan Towers. He has... he's leaving. He has in there... What arcade game they want to take with them is the WWF video arcade game. With Jake the Snake and Big Boss Man. Looks like it. He doesn't quote it, but that's who he says they're in it, so makes sense. Soon he'll be employed by WCW. And he's going to meet with Bill Bush, VP of WCW, and he spells Bush B-U-S-C-H, and in Brett's book, because I was looking in it, he spells it just B-U-S-H.
No, Brett's wrong.
Brett's wrong. It's just fun because I was thinking
It's
about
not
how
Billy
this. I was
Bush.
like, nobody edited this book.
Yeah.
No way.
Marcy did.
And then, well, then yeah, and then it's like, so then Brett's same thing. So it's like, no, they're always misspellings. Nobody cares to check.
Yeah.
So, he's nervous about moving to Atlanta. I was a Northerner, a New Yorker. What
You know
would
who
life?
wasn't nervous about moving to Atlanta? Governor Jesse Ventura. He rode the metro. His hat.
Vince is staring. He can't place who Jesse Ventura is because of the sunglasses and the hat. But Jesse's just smiling and staring at him. What would life be like? This is him. This is his life in New York or Stamford, Connecticut. What would life be like without reading Newsday every day? They've got Newsday in Atlanta. I promise you, Vince. Or watching The Odd Couple at 11 and The Honeymooners at 11:30 on Channel 11.
Wow.
Bro, it's Stamford, Connecticut. It's the city that never sleeps. They've got movies playing late at night on the TV. Amy's like, where's my husband? I'm in the basement watching Honeymooners.
Isn't Atlanta in the Eastern time zone?
It is.
Okay. So it's like,
yeah. It's
not that big of a deal.
No, he's just gonna have to drink sweet tea now. It's okay. He probably likes it. So one of his last conversations with Vince is where Vince says, "Get a nanny to raise your kids, Vince."
Yeah.
And those words are circling around Vince Russo's head.
I dispute the crassness of them.
You think Vince just kind of offered up like,
I think
if I paid you more than you would?
Himself.
You know, if that's a concern, you could hire a nanny. You know,
How does Amy feel about that?
she's proud that her husband. I understood that I had to walk away to stand up for what was right. No nanny was ever going to raise my kids, and Vince should never have spoken those words to me. They were cold, heartless, insensitive, and badly, very badly thought out. And like in movie, he's walking out with boxes and his children. We bumped into a girl that I had worked with on the second floor. Our hands were filled with, and he goes, hi Vince, are these your kids? Yes, I said, as they keep walking. Luckily, to coin a phrase from The Rock, this girl wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer. Don't think Rock coined that. Luckily, what is that to? Luckily. Anyways, and she had no idea that was the last time Vince Russo was going to be seen in that building for a very long time to come. Or
I think the
cared.
boxes and the kids carrying shit out, likely indicator that to come to.
What a fucking coward, though, right? I mean, this is a running theme.
He called. He's
hiding behind his fucking kids.
He let Vince know that he was leaving when Vince was flying back from the UK.
Mm-hmm.
He's almost like, what was it, Mick Foley that was like, with the time difference, or was it Brett? One of them was like, oh, with the time difference, I'll have like 10, 12 hours to get all my shit ready. Chapter 3, you say it's your birthday. January 24th, 2006. I'm a 45-year-old man today. 45. I can't believe that. Life is a blur. He's never done cocaine. You don't say. He was a workaholic and he was an addict. Okay. He was afraid to stop. to lose his spot. He wanted to be successful. Successful in whose eyes? Then one day, you turn around and it's your 45th birthday. The saddest commentary on this is that without even realizing it, I never had to bear that cross called life. Not for a single day. Why? Because thousands of years ago, a Jewish rabbi by the name of Jesus Christ walked up a hill carrying that cross for me. Jewish rabbi?
I was a carpenter.
Yeah, I don't think he was a rabbi.
Well, so he's Catholic. Nothing's doing it for him. He's 16. Either I wasn't listening or somebody wasn't doing their job. Maybe it was a little of both.
Coming in hot at the clergy, man.
Yeah. They weren't speaking to him. He talks about it. I
Maybe
wake
you
up.
just weren't listening, man.
Yeah. Well, you know, I guess this is just Vince all over. You know, he has a problem with old wrestling, and he doesn't like this old stale Catholicism. He wants something with some attitude, with some punch. I wake up every day thanking Jesus for saving my life at 42 years old.
Did Bruno and Russo ever cross paths?
Maybe at a party, maybe.
I don't
somewhere.
think so, because you know he was persona non grata with the.
That's true.
Until Paul bridged that gap.
You know why I thought that? Because Brian Gewirtz is so similar to Vince, and then I know Bruno made amends at some point, so I was like, oh, there must have been a crossover there. But Vince hasn't been in the WWE for a long time. But,
Yeah.
I mean, when he left, I really didn't. I remember thinking as a teenager, oh, they won't miss a beat because this isn't really, I mean, Vince wasn't there before. I watched it then, like, it is what it is. I kind of figured that WCW is going to just start looking like WWE, which I was right. It really started becoming very WWE-esque, more so than I think it had been. I don't know. I mean, I was very intermittent with my watching of WCW at that point. But what was I saying? I've lost my train of thought. Oh no! Oh yeah, the WWE. It's just very. It is Vince McMahon because they were almost crasser without Vince. They.
Oh yeah, they cranked it up.
Yeah, they don't. That was his. I don't know. What did he contribute? The oddities? Is that his big? I know he would tell you. I guess apparently in his first book
for everybody to do.
He that is also in his book. I guess he attributes slightly like, he kind of winks at Austin a little bit, and The Rock, referring to himself as the third person. He's always kind of around anything good. He's kind of putting his finger on a little bit. The DX invasion. Which is all contested. So I don't know. It's one of those, I won't take credit for the bad things, and if they were bad, they were good, and also the good things were also made.
I gotta find, there's an episode of Cornette's show. I don't know who found these. I think they were on Twitter. But no, I think they're just Cornette's notes. They were ideas Russo had in the summer of '97. And it's pretty wild. Some of the ideas.
Jerry Springer.
No, just like putting Yokozuna into the Hart Foundation. Just weird pairings and just like EWR type ideas for tag teams. I'll find them.
Nobody explained to me the sacrifice of an innocent man until God himself slapped me upside the head.
What did God do to you?
Well, I'm going to break it down in terms I believe you'll understand.
No, please don't.
You ready? Strap in, Larry.
No,
Gus,
I'm
Gus.
not ready to broken down. I think I don't need...
This is a numerical list. 20. I don't know, what would you call them? Not steps.
I don't know.
He's breaking down. I don't know what he's breaking down here.
Discussed at this
God,
point.
I guess. The idea of God.
He's
Or
telling
Jesus.
you this is like his.
This is Jesus.
His creed.
This is about Jesus. No, this is about God.
what he believes, though.
Okay. Yeah, this is...
in the way he believes it.
Yes. Eve disobeyed... Number 1. Eve disobeyed God's instructions in the Garden of Eden and listened to Satan's instead.
No, you don't have to read all these.
No. In other words, Eve turned heel.
I mean, you're going to get the joke. He's going to do that for everyone. It's stupid.
Well, at that point I wrote, oh no. I didn't know what was going to happen.
Oh, believe me. Listen, I read these aloud to my wife, so I understand.
Well, Colin hasn't read them. 2.
Listen, the audience is our
then
wife.
followed Eve. Eve's lead. So now he too has become a heel. 3. I wrote stop. At this point I wrote stop. No. Because we are all related to Adam and Eve, we are all heels. Okay? This is baby brain shit. I'm sorry.
This is original sin is what it's called, actually. I think that's what you mean.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a WCW pay-per-view?
So, the earth shifted power from God to Satan because humans obeyed Satan rather than God. The world now has a new general manager. Russo referencing stuff that was kind of Gowertz's bag. The general manager. We're now all slaves of Satan or jobbers to him. Colin, are you nodding along? Are you listening?
Well, and that Satan is the new general manager.
Yes. At this point, the plot starts to thicken. This is number 6. WWE writers, here is where you should begin to take notes on how to develop a good story.
No one asked.
Who does he think? Does Vince think Jesus wrote the Bible or something? Who does he think wrote the Bible? Who's he attributing as like, now that's a story?
God wrote it. The way God's writing this book.
Oh yeah, through his... Did we cover that, or that hasn't come yet? Where he's like,
we talked about it.
No, it's coming up. Oh, hold on. There's 7. It's about God needed to free us from Satan.
God's
8,
the baby face.
He can't just sacrifice any life. You can't sacrifice a sinner. Yeah, there's like magical lore to this. Like you can't. He's got the math on. He's like, you can't sacrifice a sinner because that wouldn't do anything. Okay. I didn't know the rules.
Yeah.
You can't free other sinners by sacrificing a sinner, idiot. 9. God also knew that he had to sacrifice a man, a sin-free man. 10. No mask. This isn't bad fake wrestling. This is the gospel, which translates to the truth. So the Virgin Mary gave birth to Jesus Christ, the ultimate baby face. Why did it have to be immaculate? Because a man and woman couldn't be involved since they carried the sin gene. It's scientific, Larry, okay? There's genetics involved. You wouldn't understand.
Yes.
11 is Jesus is the Son of God and the Son of Man.
What?
That's 11.
Where in the Bible does it say that?
12. Simply put, Jesus lived the rest of his life to die for us. 13. Jesus died on a cross in Calvary. It's not Calvary. No, Calvary. 14. His last words. It is done. If I saw my dad scribbling this in a book, like, oh, fuck. We need to call a doctor.
Oh, it's scribbling this in the book, not him crying while watching Avalon in the dark for the 12th time this month.
Dad's recapping Genesis again. I get right. Why is this numbered? Why is this like a list?
I don't know.
15. Satan now would now be driven out, as he had killed an innocent man. someone he had no right to kill, didn't know this rule. So Jesus Christ covers all our sins, evening the score in a just way. It's a broad way.
They go 60 minutes?
I guess. I think it took longer than that, didn't it? Took a few days.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
16. The death of
longer
Jesus.
than
Also...
Dutch Hackenschmidt.
I love
we always work one old timey reference in there. And I appreciate it.
I love when Dave recently saw a clip of something. He's like, I didn't know there was footage of this, so I just applied that to Jesus on the cross. Oh my gosh, I didn't know there was tape of this.
Oh, kayfabe like the moon landing.
60. The death of Jesus also once again opened the door for all of us to have communication with God, His Father. Everything is nicey nice again. 17. Wait, there's more. That's 17. Wait, there's more. 18. He died on the cross to free of our sins and gave us a gift of eternal life. 19. 3 days later, Jesus rose from the dead. He walked the walk. 20 is thank you, Jesus.
Wouldn't it be more spiritual to just let everybody into heaven, regardless of how they feel about you?
Got that sin gene, brother. Or now it's eradicated. I'm not sure. Because then Vince says, there you have it.
Jesus is setting his own
Christianity
terms.
101. What?
Jesus is setting his own terms.
Yeah, well.
Is he thinking Jesus from Los Boricuas?
Guys, that was Christianity 101. Vince just said, you just been schooled. Somehow Vince Russo has made
Our lives
like
worse.
that was so convoluted and dumb. Like he made this very simple what'd you call it, like a fable, or what would you call it, what do you call the little story from the Bible, very, everyone pretty much knows it, and just the most convoluted, like the sin gene. I've never heard the sin gene. And that's a way to, now you get it.
Didn't Dawkins refer to a meme gene? In his work on memetics? I think he did.
Trying to think here. Anything else? I mean, that was a whole chapter. What was that chapter called again? You say it's your birthday. He's turning 45. Okay, that's what brought that on. Okay. Oh yeah, he said, by the way, belated birthday.
If that's what I'm doing, I'm hitting 45. I am just.
When I turn 45, I might start just writing this exact list down on a piece of paper and wait for my wife to look over my shoulder and be like, "Are you okay?" I'm fine.
I mean, in a few years, we'll see. Like, no.
I'm fine.
Gus on God at 45. Sometimes a man just needs to check in,
Bro, did you ever think about how Jesus died at 30?
All the time.
Or was it 32? I can't.
33.
33, sorry. 33. I'm 9 years older than Jesus was, bro. Crazy. Chapter 4, Billy Bones.
The Earth moves slower than, so...
Well, hang on. Before we get to that, here are the ideas that he pitched in 97. Mark Marrow and Sable. Go on as scheduled with Marrow's new look and attitude. From there, he should start abusing Sable out of jealousy to get fans to hate him and cheer her. That's pretty much what happened.
Yeah.
At the right time, a top babyface, maybe Dude Love, should go to the aid of Sable, and she goes with him. At the appropriate time, Sable screws the babyface and goes back with Marrow.
Her abuser.
Tiger Ali Singh. Just let him be himself and the fans will genuinely hate him.
Agreed.
Funny.
Doug Furness and Phil LaFon. Blanket them in the Japanese flag and have Yokozuna and the Patriot join them at the appropriate time. They become the soldiers of the rising sun.
I am wearing that shirt.
Del Wilkes. Del Wilkes would 100% wear a mask with the red circle on it.
Absolutely. Oh man, they would do the cool like Japanese suplexes. That's a heavy.
But why Doug Furness and LaFawn?
Because they're from all Japan.
Yeah, I guess
they owe their allegiance to the Orient. You have to give them that theme too, the one that they use for like the Orient Express and everyone else.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Rick Bogner, cut his hair and team him up with Salvatore Sincere. They become an Italian gangster team.
Okay. Love it.
Somebody's watching ECW and seeing Little Guido.
This is Draws. The Draws is a suicidal, crazed football player who was cut from the NFL because he was too unbalanced. A deranged and disturbed version of Steve McMichael.
You know how quickly the NFL would send the cease and desist on that?
He got hit too many times in the head. He's crazy now.
Oh, these two are interesting. He buries some people. Honky Tonk Man, fire him because it's 1997. Rikishi, not much else they can do with him. Let him go. Bart Gunn looks like a good old boy, and he'll have trouble overcoming that. Barry Windham, turn on Bradshaw and become a bounty hunter. Maybe he was paid to do the job by attacking Bradshaw? ?
I never considered that.
Oh my God. Eric Watts could have elite potential.
It's just loved the losers.
He was a Techno Team 2000 fan.
Yeah.
Okay. Rockabilly and Jesse James. Oh, okay. He calls that one. Oh, except this is interesting. Listen to this. Rockabilly and Jesse James joined Shawn Michaels and Hunter as members of the Elite.
Whoa.
And then this is the last one. This one's weird. So the Elite, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Billy Gunn, Jesse James, maybe Eric Watts can fit in there. If not, Brian Christopher can. And Sonny can fit if you let them abuse her.
Vince, do you have to put that caveat in every woman you bring up on your sheet?
Yeah.
Well, you know
what Cornette always claims he heard Russo and McMahon talk about, right? With Sable. About her wearing white cotton panties. That was their fetish. And they would sit there and regale each other.
Can you imagine? How do we write a bit a segment where we tell her, Vince, who do we pack? We'll tell her she has to wear
Americana. Beaver Cleaver.
Vince Russo is probably one of the ones out there going, what Vince did is sickening.
Of course you would think that.
What do I have here? Vince has all the... Oh yes, Vince here. Chapter 4. Billy Bones sings Dionne Warwick. Vince kind of has the Brett thing going on in this book. I find out where he's kind of got all the hindsight now, and he kind of writes his then self is like, I know how this is going to play out.
Yeah.
So he's in Atlanta. He's in his hotel room. And WCW. I should have known it from that very first meeting. To tell you the truth, I did. Had all the trauma and hardship that the WCW is going to cause. It's about Vince, not this Vince and that Vince. Deep down, I knew that I had done everything with the WWF that I could. I knew that the ratings had peaked. And even though we could probably sustain them for some time, they weren't going to get any higher. Remember, at that point in my life, I was always chasing the next challenge. Okay.
Yep.
And then he says, so back to the meeting. I'm telling you, God is at my very hand writing this book. And he just doesn't want to get into detail here. And this is about WCW. It's just so pointless and so negative. But I'll feed you what I'm being fed. And I was like, this is very convenient. Vince can't really talk much about anything of interest because God is working through him and is like, that's boring. Make more TV references. Very good. This was God. So if you don't like this next paragraph, blame God. The whole meeting was a dog and pony show that was put on for me over a 2-day period. Let me pause for a second. No. Stop. What the heck is a dog and pony show anyway? Has anybody ever been to one? Do they exist? Are the dogs and the ponies competing for ribbons, trophies, or extra oats? Is there money in this for the dog and pony handlers, or do they do it for the love? I don't even know what I'm doing for the what. Just where are these shows held? How many people attend? Are they ever televised? Why do donkeys get the snide? And how do they feel about it? Do the donkeys have their own show? If they do, are the promoters the same guys who promote the dog and pony show? Man, I just love using old cliches, especially when I have no idea what they mean.
Stop.
Google was a thing in that year. It was. Search engines
There
were.
was an Ask Jeeves around when he was Vic Venom.
You can figure out what the meaning of that phrase is if you weren't such an incurious weirdo.
Hey, you literature boy, Indiana.
I think he was a journalism major. If I'm not, I might be wrong, but I think that's what it was.
The education system failed him. I like that. Yeah, whatever he went to school for, then he runs on. He's like, I gotta go sell videotapes, just my degree, and meet wrestlers at the video store.
He's calling up Buff Bagwell to do like a signing.
I mean, that was the WWF guys. Remember when Dorothy and her little dog Toto 2 crash landed in Oz? I'm like, okay, what the fuck? Focus, Vince. Remember the royal treatment she got from all the munchkins in Munchkinland? And he's talking about it. She's here, oh the joy. And then they're saying lollipop kids or something like that. I can replay that DVD 1,000,000 times and still have no idea.
Wait a second. Does it say 3 height challenged guys in your book?
Those 3 height challenged guys, yeah. He doesn't call them height challenged.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, he goes. They go back and edit midget, but they don't take out Negro shoes.
Yeah.
Or they did change
true.
it. It was something much harsher. So he's like, man, there were balloons, candy, edible flowers. Sorry, I'm getting confused with Willy Wonka's intro, but you get my point. Do I?
No.
Just nod, see you do, and move on.
Because that was a digression off a digression.
Oh, I write later. We just went through a tangent within a tangent. That happens again. He meets a very tall, very thin man. It's October 1999, by the name of Billy Bones. You're seeing Bill Bush. That was his real name. For the first time, you might have thought you saw him somewhere else before. Perhaps Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas? Man, the guy was just so thin. Eyes sunk in, cave cheekbones. Every supermodel's dream. Also, he was a nice guy. And Vince keeps doing this in the book where he'll be like, no offense, that guy was a total shithead. I don't know if he liked me, but I liked him. Again, I'm just talking from the heart. I liked him, good guy, also total shithead. So Bill Bush, you creepy Jack Skeleton looking dude, you. He shows up.
I'm trying to find him, but
Does he look like Jack Skeleton?
I can't find him.
Skeleton, whatever his name is. Now, Vince will say, I've said this 100 times about the wrestling business, you can't be a good guy and survive. You just can't. What is it? When I know they are rare, but when Vince sees somebody that is, by all accounts and purposes, a nice guy and has survived and made a living at this, is he like, they cracked the code? No. Can't be talent. I mean, he himself calls out Brett for being a guy like he's talking about. Now, you could debate, did Brett survive? Yes, he's still alive. So, he says, if you don't go in fully prepared, they will chop you down with lies, deceit, and betrayal. Bill Bush never had a chance. I knew it the moment I met him. Bill Bush was an accountant by trade. I don't know. I didn't watch TNA, so I don't know what this means. I have no ideas why accountants are always appointed my superiors.
Because it's a business and somebody is accountable for. Jesus Christ.
What were you, an accountant again? Jesus. Who else was on the welcome wagon for Vince Russo? J.J. Dillon, who I believed had a talent relations at the time. Gary Juster, in charge of booking the buildings where WCW would play. And Bush's confidants. Oh, they were Bush's confidants. Duvall's Tom Hagen to Brando's Vito Corleone.
Okay.
Even though the comparison is correct, the motives, in my opinion, may have been much different. You see? And I was like, oh no, god damn it.
So put him up, like Russo's references up against Brian's footnotes, Al's life lessons. Do we have anybody else with weird gimmicky shit?
Now, what you see is Hagen had the Godfather's back. He explains all this stupid shit. Now, what he had Corleone's best interest. You see, JJ and Juster, they were wrestling guys. Bill Bush wasn't. No offense to Bush's right-hand men. Nothing personal intended. But that's just the way it is. And because he's accusing them of thinking of themselves. And again, Vince will always tell you that he thinks you're a piece of shit, but first start with no offense. What did I write? What are these fucking sentences? So, they're too busy getting their front to the head of the line. That's what he says. And he goes into... Vince kind of has a worldview that he slowly kind of opens up to that. It's just everyone's out to get you. There are no friends. And what he says is it's called the wrestling business, or perhaps more appropriately, the world. Everyone's me first. Everyone's out to get up for their spot. Sound the trumpets. Russo's here. Russo's here. Oh, they sang chorus after chorus of Dionne Warwick's promises. They promised me the world and everything in it, just like Tony Montana and Scarface. I was like, oh shit, he's gonna go into another movie recap real quick. I wrote, what is this gobbledygook? This is all very unreadable. Brad Siegel, who was not only the head of both TBS and TNT, but perhaps more importantly to me, a Jew from the island. And he writes, parentheses, that's how the guys from Long Island would have referred to him. I wrote, okay. And Dr. Harvey Schiller. What was Dr. Schiller, Vince? Do it for everybody. So Brad Siegel is a New Yorker at heart. Do New Yorkers spell it like that? No. Do you know what I'm saying? Vince leans in too much, I'd say, when you're writing New York.
Hey, again, He grew up in the same place Mick Foley did at the same time.
I know. I was just thinking.
It's
We're
his
learning a lot.
choice to have that asshole accent.
Oh yeah, we did talk about that. That's weird.
Do you think Mick played Negro Sneakers?
We should ask him.
No, Mick was
If
too
we
busy
can get through Barry Blue.
drawing boobs in his notebook and
Naked playing
Yeah.
football game.
Getting
they're the same
viciously
age.
friend zoned.
Yep.
Ah, that is just...
So, what he liked about Brad Siegel? Brad was brilliant. You know, the type that runs TV networks? Ah, yes. As a fan of David Letterman, I know all people that run TV network. They're all geniuses. They're all very smart. And the thing that really stood out about him was that he wore a baseball cap to the meeting. No big deal suit and tie, but a baseball cap. Now that's my kind of guy. Vince, you're getting worked. Hate to tell you this. Absolutely getting worked. It worked.
You're getting worked at work.
Ed Ferrara. Okay, so oh yeah, they had me call my buddy Ed Ferrara. They were gonna give him a job too. It's like that's how that worked. They were like, Vince, we're signing you, and guess what? Give your buddy Ed a call. He's coming along with. Yeah, I could have gotten anybody a job. Were the banana splits still around? La 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 la.
I don't even know that one.
I was like, is that a tag team? Is that a band? I don't. Yeah. I was huge in that hotel room. They tell me that he's going to be the creative director and have complete control. Let me tell you something. These guys were no Howard Weiner, or it could be Weiner, but I think it's Weiner. Let's just say it's Howard Weiner. My red-headed Jewish salesman friend who could sell morals to Hollywood.
What the fuck does that mean?
Okay.
What means they weren't selling them very hard.
They were selling, but inside I wasn't buying.
All right.
You did buy. You sold. You wrote your name down on the. Then there's good old standards and practices. TBS and TNT. They were full-fledged television networks. USA was a full-fledged television network. I get what he means, that they were hard. It was, a tighter ship in that regard to WCW, but he's like, now this is the big time. I knew that Billy Bones and Friends, great name for a CD that I could put in CD Warehouse. Running the asylum at WCW, but it had to be the inmates were running the asylum at WCW, but it had to be better than Vince. That's what it came down to. Not the WWF, not the people in WWF, but Vince. I wanted a new challenge, and yeah, I wanted to be off on my own. I didn't want to go back and work for Vince. So he's got reasons for everything.
Yep.
In closing, this chapter, I need to make a small side note of extreme importance. Okay. To set it up, I wrote Christ. Let me just say this. My writing mate and dear friend Ed Ferrara is a genius. The guy is just brilliant. When it comes to the written word, Ed can flat pen rings around me. He's penning rings. He can flat out. That's such a brutal sentence. Ed can flat pen rings around me.
I don't know what that means.
It means he's using pen as an action there. Yeah, I'm dumb. I'm in a state, so I'm not using the proper grammar word. But he's saying that he can write rings around Vince. And he's saying flat out, but instead of saying flat out, he's saying flat. Beat you flat. Ed can flat pen rings around me.
Oh, okay. All right. That's clunky.
That's tough. In 2004, Ed had his own book, Dark Consequences.
No.
Might be the next book.
No.
You're going to talk about Duckman.
Oh, did you write on Duckman?
That was always the rumor.
Man, I have not watched that like in 20 years, but I remember liking it, I think, but I don't know if I was the right audience as a child.
I never liked it.
You're not a Jason Alexander guy. We know your
Yeah,
preferences.
that might be. I was like, oh, what, George is in this? No, thank
remember
you.
he did Honey, I Shrunk the Kids when we watched that episode for Brett. Remember that was an Ed Ferrara
Yeah, right.
written show. Weird Science, the TV show. And
Wow.
yeah.
I wonder if Ed and Brian get along.
I was just he's above Brian based on that resume.
Yeah.
Well, it was published, and you can buy it at edferrara.com, Vince writes.
I'll see you there.
After reading it, I just wanted to retire my pen forever. God damn it. If another word was never written again after that masterpiece, the period would have been left in just the right place. His mastery of the English... God damn it. His mastery of the English language is a true art. I just kept hearing, "Olé, olé," imagining every stroke of his keyboard as it danced across the naked page. If Ed's name weren't on the front of his book, you'd swear Stephen King had penned it. So this is going to be a horror book.
All right. Right now, Ed Ferrara, Full Sail University professor. RateMyProfessor.com. His knowledge of the TV field is somewhat dated. He doesn't like being contradicted. Lots of work in this class. Very nitpicky on grading. He had a great class with great information, but sadly it is overshadowed by his very tough grading of assignments, blah, blah, blah. Ed's teaching is... Yeah. He's a real taskmaster.
What a prick.
Huge detailed assignments, tough grading, not enough time to complete the work. Should be 2 classes, not 1. It's a TV writing class. I mean, what the fuck could it be? Or creative writing?
Oh, man. 5 Modern Tales of the Macabre. I'm looking at the cover of Dark Consequences. This looks like it would be hard to get. Damn it. Dark. I'm trying here. I'm gonna see if we can buy this.
Is it on that like archive thing I gave you all the link to?
Oh, this is. I don't want that on Amazon. Oh. Dark.
What was that?
Oh man, this is gonna be a tough one. Maybe eBay.
What was that book site? Where did you send that? I don't remember now.
Like,
oh, in
the
Discord.
It's like Anna's Archive or something like that.
Yeah, fuck.
Oh man,
got it.
Yeah,
okay.
This is a tough one. There's no shop. You cannot get this. What about edferrara.com? Can you still buy it from him? This better not be outrageously priced. Does he not even have edferrara.com anymore? How do you spell his name? What the fuck? Yeah, no.
Anna has not archived Ed Ferrara's book.
Oh, no.
Oops.
What's the book called?
Dark Consequences.
That's right.
Yeah, there's no more edferrara.com.
Is it? Can we get it on loan from the Full Sail library?
Hmm.
Do you have to go outside, Peanut?
There is a... no.
This guy even writes, unfortunately, it looks like this book is no longer saleable. The links I originally included, I even asked Ed Ferrara about this on Twitter, but he's yet to respond. That was in 2014.
Wow.
10 years after the fact.
How low rent does a book need to be that out of print? I mean, you can find
They
anything.
do fucking publish on demand now.
Yeah.
Like, Amazon will set that up.
We got Ben Peller's book in a day.
Yeah, how are they still printing that, but they can't print this Dark Consequences? That's as good as a Stephen King book. Says Vinny
It
Rue.
was so good. What if it was like plagiarized or something, and they had to, or there was just some like hella racist or problematic stuff in it? That's so weird for it to be like completely scrubbed.
Oh man, I want this guy's book.
Like,
I might message this guy and be like, "Hey, can I have your book? Give me your book." Let's see. It's being sold through Cafe Press, the print on delivery service. Okay, so it didn't get published, Vince. He's acting like it was a major achievement for Ed. He just published it himself.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know you were looking at the book before. Now I see the cover.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Unfortunately, it looks like this book. Okay, what does he say here, though?
It's not even centered right.
It also ends with a 15-page preview of the full-length novel called Father's Day
that
Ed said he's working on. He said this was made available in 2004. Nothing has come of it since, so I don't know if the other book is still planned. Take the hint, dude. This is 6 years later you're writing about this.
Okay, now
this is why Ed's not answering his tweets. This is a failure on his part, and he doesn't want to be accountable for it. So where were we on Ed? Oh yeah, so Stephen King wrote it. Compared to Ed, the He-Man of horror, I'm nothing more than a 5-year-old scribbling things on a brown paper bag with a crayon. I mean, God is the 5-year-old scribbling a crayon. Whereas Ed comes across as a polished, dignified Harvard professor, Full Sail. I'm in my mid-40s, and Ed still uses words in our conversations that I don't understand.
Sure.
You should have seen me when I was reading his notes on my first book before I sent in the final draft. I literally had to blow the dust from the dictionary and put it to use just to figure out what he was talking about. Okay.
All right.
So Vince is done.
I'm reminded of something reading Ferrara's wiki here. I actually bought from probably FYE at the mall in 2004. It was a DVD of Wade Keller interviewing Russo and Ferrara. I spent money. I spent money on that.
That's insane to me. That's like something you could physically buy in a store. Yeah. Like somebody had to stock that on a shelf, ring it up at a register. Like there was a whole supply chain it took to support that getting there and you purchasing it.
Yep.
That's remarkable.
I'm still trying to find a way to buy this thing somehow, some way. Like, does Cafe Press?
Listen to this. In 2005, Ferrara's former writing partner, Kevin Murphy, named a character after him on Desperate Housewives.
Ed.
Maybe you think it's just Ed?
Let's see. I'll type it in. Ed Ferrara, Desperate Housewives. Yeah, full name, Ed Ferrara.
Okay, who played him?
Curry Graham.
Okay.
He was Tom and Lynette's boss at Parcher and Murphy. He appeared on 9 episodes.
But you see here, it doesn't have a little "did you know?" Because who the fuck knows who Ed Ferrara is?
Ed hasn't gotten a hold of it yet. Damn it. I want this book so bad. This is going to be my holy grail now, this book, Dark Consequences. I might reach out to that guy and be like, you wrote a thing.
I want to read it now.
Wait, hold on. What if Dark Consequences doesn't exist, but the story is about trying to find dark consequences and the dark consequences that follow to find dark consequences?
That does. If we got a hold of this book, I do fear the dark consequences. Did he look at Black Mirror and he was like, that's what I fucking wrote. Dark consequences. What they fucking did it?
Did you ever see? Do you know what he looks like? Did you ever see him when he was a color commentator for TNA?
I mean, I see what he looks like now. He looks like he bowls.
He used to have very long locks.
He looks like he could be a radio DJ. He's definitely a former shock jock.
Yeah.
God, he looks like somebody. I'm trying to picture. I'm trying to place it. Kind of like a dumb Burt Kreischer. Is that possible? The way his facial hair and the earrings.
Yes.
So this is
a hell
all
of
lead
a
up
JR
to.
impression, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say what you want about the man.
Rock on.
This is all to say that Ed read the fine print when I couldn't even understand what the big print said in their WCW contracts. Guys, hire a lawyer or somebody to represent somebody. Ed made sure that there was a play or pay clause, which stated that WCW had to pay us in full even if they decided not to use our services. Who knew what huge dividends that would pay in only 3 short months?
Yeah.
Chapter 5, Stay-at-Home Mom. So he's 45. He says back to the present. I'm 45. He's a stay-at-home mom. That's what he calls himself. He's a stay-at-home mom. The only problem is that there are no kids to stay home with. After leaving TNA... What?
It's fine. I stroked out. It's fine.
Oh, it serves as empathy. So he's left TNA and he's closed his CD warehouse store. I knew I was going to be spending a lot of time at home alone as I waited on God's word. Like,
You fucking
Vince
idiot.
is just a guy sitting at home on the couch, not writing, is what he's supposed to be doing. He's like, I'm just like a stay-at-home mom. Also,
I'm
don't
just
tell your... yeah, I'm Joe. I'm Joe. Why, God? Right! He's staring at his hand with a pencil. Right! What the... Can you imagine telling your wife, I've closed down the
Wait
store.
for God to get to me.
I'm not working at TNA anymore. I'm going to be at home a lot. And I know I'm going to be at home a lot. I don't have really any plans other than to wait for God to talk through me this book.
You haven't replaced the battery in the garage door opener for fucking 6 weeks. I just need you to put the fucking battery in.
Yeah, well, take the trash out, something. Go outside. So he knows he's going to be waiting a long time. He's like, I knew God's word was going to take a long time. It's called obedience and patience. So he kind of gets bored of waiting, taking his sweet time, as he says. So I bought a dog. This is in his book. This is what he finds interesting. And he called the dog Yogi, and he's a half Shar-Pei, half Chow. And then he says that Yogi is 3 scoops shy of a full can of Alpo. And he talks about how dumb the dog is. And he thinks he's an imbecile, just like Jakarta, the dumb friend from earlier, who he also compared his children to. Everyone in Vince's world is dumb, which kind of tells me he might be the dumb guy. He might say that he is a unknowable genius. So they hang out. It's him and the dog. And that's how simple my life is now. That's how simple it can be. Guys, just quit your jobs. If you have to, like he had to there. CD warehouse, and sit at home with a dog. Why are you enjoying life? Why are you working? You can be at home with a dog. A half Chow, a half Shar-Pei. So is he a... Now, I assume he called him Yogi, not because of the Hanna-Barbera, which that was Hanna-Barbera, right?
Yeah.
but because of I'm guessing the baseball player, because he's like Giants, Yankees, New York, help me, San Francisco.
I think he might go cartoon, because again, he's a Giants guy.
Okay.
Bro, I love it when they steal the picnic baskets.
That ranges me. I can't do a good Russo. I'm not going to be able to get it. Hey, that piece of shit, the Ranger Smith.
I thought, what was it?
See, I want to go Kennedy for some reason.
I thought Jellystone was real, bro.
It's like Avalon.
Yeah, I'm looking for my Jellystone. I got on my soapbox in my last book and wrote about the phenomenon known as Hollywood award shows.
Uh-oh.
Larry, you've denied us once again.
What?
But guess what? He's going to repeat himself.
No.
He said he wrote about in his last book about the phenomenon. Yes, that's right. There are actually shows about what these people wear to the show. What is going on with our society? Folks. People. He's talking about the Golden Globes. He's talking about. This is like so low rent. Like,
but see, he doesn't even understand that he's in this feedback loop. Because now he's watching it. He knows all this.
He is.
So he's part
got
of
his finger on the pulse. He's a pop culture guy.
Does he get a vote in the Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame?
No.
You don't think Dave gives him a vote?
Bro, Disco should be in.
He's writing his own name down and going, see what you do with that, Dave.
I never even heard of John Tolos.
He's sitting with Disco and he's like, can you imagine his face when he opens up my envelope and it's got my name there?
I was not expecting a side flip at the Golden Greek.
Oh, you know what? I meant to say Jim Londos. I always get him and Tolos confused.
It works just as well.
Yeah. What does he think about Chris Benoit being in the Hall of Fame? Is he for it, against it?
Did him and Benoit ever cross paths?
Oh, come on. He loves
it.
Yeah.
He talks about it. Yeah, it's coming up. Let's see. So he goes, what is going on with our society?
Because remember, it was Russo's firing that made Benoit quit. I mean, more Sullivan going in, but still, they liked
that. Right there tells you that Chris was suffering from CTE. He thought that Vince was...
that Russo was the way to go.
Yeah. People, what are we doing? Is this where our priorities are today? Whether or not Marsha Cross is wearing a bra with that dress that Paul McCartney's daughter made. Have we gone mad?
What are you talking about?
I know. I was like, this is a bugaboo for him? You've entered the Rand zone.
Now, like in 2024, we can just look up whatever sort of deranged shit we want, like in just a few, like doop-a-doop. What do you think about that?
Okay. I very much felt like I bought this book, so now I'm committed to this book, and he's trapped me. Like, he hoodwinked me. Yeah. He's like, he says often in this book, you thought this was about wrestling. Well, guess what, sucker? Okay, maybe some people do care because they want to be in style. But wait a minute. Are they ever going to be able to afford the dresses that the Tinseltown divas are parading around in on the red carpet? Look at what's become important to us. It's all about material things. Talk about false idols. I don't know what's worse. The golden calf back in the day of Moses, or Star Jones and that Vera Wang. Man, she must have had to enlist the use of 2 shoehorns just to get into that thing. Larry's fucking face.
Now you know what I'm doing is
I
I
thought I might have.
haven't because I am just got the digital. I wanted to like scan ahead 100 pages and see like where we were in the story, and it's not getting any better.
So he gets a little shot in at Star Jones. He's so dumb, I wrote. And then now this is when I was like, I think this was I audibly let out a sound. I was just like, it, like God shook him to his core. I was shook to my core. Vince writes. Now I understand how Jerry Seinfeld made a living from this. That's what he thinks he's doing?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, ooh.
Seinfeld, David.
I was so embarrassed.
Russo. I want the Vince Russo written episode of Curbed.
Oh boy.
Larry's
getting abused.
Larry's watching an award show and he's taking umbrage. We learn so much about society and ourselves by just stopping and perceiving the little things in our everyday lives. Okay, I'll get back to wrestling in just a minute. But there's one more item on my agenda. This is not nice. He's not being nice. He knows this, right? He's doing this on purpose. He knows that he's being bothersome.
Yeah.
We hear about how out of shape America is. Is this his A material? He published this. Next thing so he says, Dr. Phil Oprah, they're all jumping on the carb wagon. You know what? I think that's great. He thinks America should shape up and become healthier. Next thing I know, I'm in Kroger, and I'm browsing the natural food aisles. Yep, I have to do the shopping too. It's not. Oh, God. Amy, don't read this book.
Not like Michelle Obama's.
You know, that's when it turned for him. He was like, now I don't know about this. And there's no way I'm going to become a diabetic.
Yeah, that's what it hurts. The guy who played Negro Sneakers.
So he goes, yep, I have to do the shopping too.
Wait.
It's all part of the stay-at-home mom gimmick.
So his wife has a job?
I don't know. If I was
that's
ready,
really
read
sad.
This book.
I don't know.
So I'm comparing prices like any good mom would do, and the thing that flips my wig, hey, that saying was stolen from an old Beatles board game I used to have.
That's not where it comes from, though. That's not something the Beatles invented.
This is the worst. I cannot believe it. I can't believe I was reading this. I was like, Brian and Al and all the other, like, Brett's book is so much better than this. It's so much better than this. At
least Brett was poetic about his mundane details.
I was trying to go through the books, and I was like, Larry Nelson wasn't even like, I was never like at once like going, at least my memory of it. I was like, oh, he's just like a schlub.
Yeah.
That's kind of endearing. But none of the writing made me like want to rip the book in half. Is that the healthy food is twice as expensive as the junk food? Now, is it me or is that backwards? I was like, do I have to write down an explanation?
Are you ready to have an adult conversation about food policy?
Really, does he really want an explanation?
Yeah, no, you are engaging in bad faith.
Yeah.
You have this conversation, but you're not going to get it.
Shouldn't the healthy food be affordable?
You're so close, Vince.
Then we wonder why everyone's eating junk food. It's cheaper. What is going on here? If somebody working from behind the scenes... Jesse's about to perk up. Jesse's get excited. Let me tell you about Big Cereal. So he writes down, all natural breakfast cereal, $5.99 per box. Captain Sugar, $1.99. How can we shape up America when nobody can afford to? But there's more.
This is what he's thinking about while he's waiting for God to get back to him.
This one's really stupid.
And then after this, I think before this he said one more thing. Yeah. And then he said, well, now there's more. He has another. Why did the price
He got you.
Why? I think when I read this the first time I went cross-eyed. Why did the price of gas go down considerably before? I was thinking about so many books I've read where I was like, I read Matthew Perry's because I was trying to think Matthew Perry's autobiography I read. I've read Frank Sinatra's, one of his memoir, like somebody wrote. I read Annie Coffey. I read all these people's books, and nobody was like, "Why did gas?"
Oh, jeez.
So why did gas go down in Atlanta before Christmas and then back up? Back up 35 cents as soon as the holidays were over. Was it because everybody was done with their shopping? Were we allowed to break to spend our hard-earned money on big business retail, only to give it back to the gas companies once the wise men, the donkey and the manger, were put away? And that's it. That's the end of the chapter. I have to assume it's a genuine question. I mean, this is like Andy Rooney stuff. And the whole chapter was 2.5 bits. That was it. What the? And he blames God. He said God told him to do this. Stay at home, mom. Oh my God. Chapter 6.
Yeah. 6 is the last one.
Okay. Trust in me. Oh man. I'll never forget the feeling as Ed and I drove from the airport. As Ed and I drove from the airport to our first Nitro in Biloxi, Mississippi, E.T. must have felt the same way. I could immediately relate to why he wanted to go home so bad. This guy's never seen E.T. What's he talking about? It's so clunky, as you said earlier. So he's talking about newsletters, the dirt sheets. He says the wrestling newsletters, as they're known professionally. So he says 95% of the boys read them. Let's see.
Surprised the literacy rate's that high in the locker room.
What did I write here? I wish it was this. It's so dry. Because he says, he thinks the newsletters are like the National Enquirer, where all like the hot gossip is, and all the wrestlers are reading it for the gossip. And I was like, I wish the Observer was that.
I know.
The Observer is so dry. Like if it's, he's like they're all in there reading all the rumors, and it's like I hate to be a Dave.
Boys are interested in the ticket count at Arena Mexico.
Yes. If they're truly reading it, what they're reading is like 12,000 people saw CMLL on Friday night.
Atlanta's
Univision is currently working on a deal actively.
Did Otto Vons win the Catch Wrestling Association title again in Hanover, Germany?
Oh yeah, Otto. Yeah.
In other news, the Harris twins were at a car show.
They posed for pictures inside of Hitler's car.
Now, Vince has always, he says he's always had a vision of replacing the Yentas on The View with professional wrestlers and calling the show The Pew.
Why?
I don't know. Where everybody in the wrestling business could just air dirty laundry, not their own, everybody else's. And I have the perfect Barbara Walters, Glenn Disco Inferno Gilberti. Disco loves gossip.
No.
What?
Disco, I heard he is a ticket taker at a strip club. Is that what he does?
I think he goes on Vince's show, doesn't? Doesn't he go on a podcast?
I think that's his real job, though.
A ticket taker? He's not taking like a cover charge?
Yeah, whatever he is. I guess he's a doorman.
He's putting on a bracelet
Yes.
He's taping the bracelet around your wrist.
Got his little mag light to see if your ID is legit.
So Disco loves. He starts every phone conversation with, "Do you got any hot news?" See, now this is what's different. Now this Vince does this a lot too in this book, where he'll be like, he just makes a broad, sweeping generalization, and then he'll go, "But my friend is actually the anomaly to all that." So he says, he's told us that all the wrestlers read all the hot goss, they love it, they believe all of it, hook, line, and sinker. It has a profound effect on the business. But Disco is too intelligent for that. Disco reads the sheets in jest. And he just likes to hear himself talk. That's what he says. So that's not what the other guys are doing. So Glenn gossips for laughs. Others use it as a sword to simply shape their opinions on others. I can't tell you how many people out there hate me because something they read about me.
Well, I get you at least 3.
I was like, no one hates you. That people just read about your bad ideas or the bad business, and then they're like, "Oh, so he's not good." And Vince is like, "Have you heard my side? I'm not." Noted. And he goes, so he says, a lot of things that are reported about him are not actually true. It's an opinion. But then they process it in their minds and create their own interpretation. So now third-hand information is used along to someone else who then turns it into some of their own opinions. And by the time the concoction is complete and ready to be served, Vince Russo is the Antichrist of professional wrestling. I was like, the information, the way he's presenting it's not that convoluted.
You could just watch his show. I mean, that might get you to the same place.
And also, the Antichrist, he's taken it quite hard that people have looked upon some of his work.
Yeah.
And been like, not for me, not good wrestling. And he's just twisted and turned himself into just all kinds of knots to be okay with it, but also to defend it. And so goes the world, he says. I just didn't know what the boys thought of me. I just didn't know what they read and believed or chose to believe. I said, that's a flag for me. Someone saying you're choosing to believe that. I have told you I'm a good person, but you're choosing to believe that other stuff. You could simply choose to like me. Vince sees it as like, why aren't you just choosing to like me? Or not believe that? That's how I took it. Well, I'm digging into him, though. And so then he says, he's first greeted at WCW by the mid-carders. Man, I hate that title. Always have. If you've made it to the WWF or WCW, you've made it. You were a pro. What separates a mid-carder from a main eventer? Lack of talent? In some instances, not at all. One word. Politics. And I hate that word.
Asshole.
He does this. This is a sign of a good writer. Webster's defines that word. Factional scheming for power. Could Satan have said that any better? Okay. Who's going to bury who today? What a tragic, tragic game. I have to admit, while with the WWF, there really wasn't that much politicking happening behind the scenes. And if there was, I wasn't privy to it. I was like, yeah, no shit. I like that he's like, I got more power in WCW, and all of a sudden I was privy to people bitching to me. I was the one making the decisions. Vince made the decision. I never heard anybody bitch. Vince was the boss. It started and ended with him. Mostly all the boys and girls were involved in the storyline. And he says they were all happy, which isn't true. If it's a proper professional wrestling locker room, there is a good contingent of people that are not happy and wondering why they're not the champion, the face of the company. I remember one occasion when a senior member of DX didn't want to put over D'Lo Brown. When he wrote that, I thought, oh, he's not going to name names. And then he just does.
I know. I don't know what the point of that was.
He says a senior member of DX, and then he goes because he goes, D'Lo surely would have surely helped to catapult the human bobblehead to the next level. I was so hot at Triple H, and he's just thinking about all the people that laid down at his boots.
Why didn't Triple H want to put D'Lo over?
When I was going through those old observers to see what Dave was kind of saying when he's taking over WCW in October '99, there was that one little. One little quote that said the plan was for Triple H to beat Raw in the main event of Raw last week. Triple H threw a tantrum and it was next. Or was The Rock to beat Triple H for the title, but it was next. So there you go.
I thought you were going to say there was that rumor early on that D'Lo's contract was up, but then it learned that it wasn't, and it just put him in more of a limbo with the fucking company.
No, I've never heard that one.
Yeah.
I just like that. I mean, Paul is throughout all these. You know, hasn't been portrayed well in his book. He's portrayed well. This is not as good as Triple H's book.
No. I'd rather read about sets and intakes and incline lat delt raises.
At least we learned something.
Yeah.
Sable being single-handedly taken down by one of the boys who had Vince's ear. This is something he witnessed as well. I don't know if is that how that went down? This one guy went up to Vince and was like, "She's looking kind of, yesterday's news."
Yeah, I mean.
And then Vince was like, something to think about. She was literally in favor one day and on the outside of the bubble looking in the next. In our last script, Ed and I...
Does he really think that's what happened when she left the company in 99?
That's what he said. He saw Sable was single-handedly taken down by one of the boys who had Vince's ears.
Huh. Okay.
Ear. Sorry, I keep saying ears. So, in Ed and I, their last script, Chris Jericho would defeat The Rock at the conclusion of Raw. And he says, Chris was coming in, Rock was huge. The upset would have gotten Jericho over instantly. But once we gave our notice, the script was changed. And then he's like, "Hey, I'm not implicating The Rock at all. That's not his style. Somebody had it in for Jericho. Either it was a personal thing or the fact that he was an ex-WCWer thing.
Boy, it is interesting. I never thought about Russo's departure and the effect it has on Triple H.
Yeah, he kind of wasn't he? I mean, there was a few guys that were in the company that were like, let's pump the brakes.
I mean, his rise coincides with him leaving perfectly.
True. I mean, if Triple H sees himself, I wonder if Vince sees Triple H forever in DX.
And Russo's not booking a heel-led show like that.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, I wonder if Vince just saw Triple H at the level of DX, nothing more than IC, or maybe like low, going for the title, never getting it, and just always around with a posse of dorks
like General Huge Erection.
And
the leader of the
Triple H in his head is like, "I'm Harley Race." Doesn't he know that I'm Harley Race and I should be main eventing?
Harley Race should have been General Huge Erection. Yeah.
But as far as when he's pontificating, why did Jericho has talked about it, and he's even had Paul on his podcast in the past, and he was straight up like, he was like, we didn't like each other. And he's like, correct. Mm-hmm. And he was like, so it's from WCW, and he was like, correct. So yes, people just didn't. And I think Chris Jericho said that basically someone told him that they just were going to make him eat shit for a while. And
you weren't here in '95. That's what Triple H loves to.
It took. I also that X-Pac, I wrestled X-Pac, and he told them I was a good wrestler, and that from then on everything was smooth sailing.
And that's what fucked with Shane Douglas too.
So
can't work
stupid.
with Pac.
The,
With us.
the Lightning Kid coming back and giving the thumbs up to Vince.
Never mind, Pac was like probably like fucking.
Shooting
Throw it
meth
out.
into his dick before the match.
Did Shane
Right.
not do a chin lock in the middle of the ring? Well, I mean, what was the WWF style? I know what it is. I'm just
Only bump off the third punch, or isn't that what DDP
Yeah.
was doing wrong?
yeah, it's up to it. Waving his arms around too much. So what does he say? So then he's like, oh, by the way, he did get over 2 years later. That would have been done earlier if he just gotten it. Someone would have just jobbed. Let's see. Dean Malenko, Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, and Conan all walk up to him, to the underutilized talent, quote unquote, come up to him, just to name a few. They're meeting him. And he writes, man, I just like Conan from the second I met him. The guy's just so real. Conan, Conan, the notorious worker. He's a very real person and a very serious person. Yes. Unfortunately, in conjunction with the Pyro and Ballyhoo, so he got that from the format sheets, right? That Vince would put in Pyro and Ballyhoo.
Yeah.
And so then now he even named his website after, he said.
Mm-hmm.
So he just likes that. Let's see. Okay, so he says, he's like, okay, now the main event people, for some reason, this memory has always remained vivid in my mind. He's approaching a makeshift office backstage at WCW named the War Room, which is... Okay. Did they really do that?
What?
Name just a random room they took over in an arena, the War Room?
Sure.
Okay. But he writes in
Although
there,
he says May. Why does he say that?
He says, wait, this memory is always right. I remember approaching a makeshift office backstage that they may have named the war. Yeah, he writes, not sure.
Well, why put it in there?
Know.
Why would you think that?
But he's not sure. He also added that. He's remembering right before our eyes in the past. You could put it down and call someone and be like, did they call that the War Room? No? Okay, I won't put it in then.
Or just call it a room backstage where we met.
Did he send this book to Ed Ferrara?
They may
and
have called it Daniel Ellsberg Psychiatrist. I'm not sure, though.
If Ed Ferrara was a true friend and he got that first book and didn't just liberally use the red marker... What? I'm going to... Okay, well, he says, what is... So, yeah, in the War Room, it's all the veterans, the booking committee. This is where I first locked eyes with Hulk Hogan. Now I'm going to write something down 10 times, and he does. Hulk Hogan is a legend. He paved the way in his field. I am forever grateful with the number 4.
I don't know what that was about, other than it wouldn't have fit otherwise.
I guess it wouldn't have. It's just 3 letters.
I don't know how to use my word processor.
I know. Oh, yeah. To him, it was going to the next line. Oh, no, that's what it was. So he never even looked at a proof of his book. And then he looks at it now and he's like, oh, no, forever. Oh, you're right. He was like, I got to make it so it's one block of text. No one explained to him it's going to look... Here's a version. Here's what's going to be printed. Now, I went through that writing exercise not to be sarcastic. Seems sarcastic. I always make that same statement, yet nobody seems to want to believe me. I mean, was it before he got saved that he would always be like, swear to God? I mean, Vince is the guy that's looking at you going like, believe me, bro. Bro, I wouldn't lie. And it's the amount that he's saying it. You're like, I feel like you're lying to me right now. Because always like, you know what?
But I don't disagree with him. I think he would have liked to have booked Hogan strong and in a cool way.
Well, he says how he wanted to book him.
Yeah. And listen, it might have been completely fucking stupid, but in Vince's head, that is, appreciating him.
Yes. Vince Russo, was he around when Hogan was an authority figure? Was he ever floating around during any of that?
Well, he was writing
TNA.
Yeah, he was writing those shows
when Hogan was the authority figure with Bischoff and all that, or was Bischoff?
Yeah.
Or was that another Vince Russo back there?
Yeah, I think they coexisted there.
So I was gonna say, he was probably thinking, this is exactly what I was talking about years ago, bro. So he says, here's proof that I would never disrespect Hogan. I was a Hulk Hogan mark. He waited in line for an autograph for his son. Let's see. Did I write? Selling at $8. Is that what he said that he was going to do? I can't even remember. So he sees Ric Flair. I had such a respect for them that there was a part of me that was nervous, yes, even intimidated. I just wanted them to respect me, that's all. Had I achieved what they had in the business? That's like comparing SpongeBob's acting ability to Al Pacino's. Of course I hadn't. Larry, you're looking confused. Don't you know Bad Actor SpongeBob SquarePants the cartoon? Don't you know that?
Okay.
Is it here where I figure out that he thinks cartoons are real? It's coming up. If we're not doing another chapter, it dawns on me the way he refers to a cartoon. I was like, oh, hey. But that night, I'll never forget the look in Hogan's eyes. Was it one of unkindness, hostility, or even hatred? No, not at all. Perhaps a long, cold stare? Nope. Did a stern look that suggested intimidation rear its ugly head? No. That one stayed home. Time out. I wrote in all caps, no, goddammit.
You're out of timeout.
I need to take a break from the Hulkster's eyes to discuss something that's weighing heavy on my mind. Here we go. I just came back from dinner with VJ. He's meeting Hogan. He's in WCW. The book is called How WCW Killed Vince Russo. And he's like, hold on. Man, I gotta tell you something. I just got back from dinner with VJ. We were talking about dead rock stars in an IHOP booth. I love dragging my kids everywhere with me, all three of them. 95% of the time they don't want to go, but that doesn't faze me or even hurt my feelings. I'm used to it. So I'm not cool anymore. Okay, I get that, but who cares? He's not bothered, okay? That's established. Get in the car. We're going to a mall.
Cool.
Notice I said a mall. My kids loathe the fact that I'm a mall junkie. I just love going to malls. I was losing it again.
I want an Auntie Anne's pretzel.
It's so funny that Al Snow is on his show now. I mean, now that I know this connection and having read Al's book, they are very alike.
Yeah.
New malls, old malls, malls I've never been to before, malls I've visited 1,000 times. You've covered them. That's all the types of malls outside of outdoor, indoor, new, old,
strip malls,
and strip, new, old, malls he's never been to and malls he has been to. Those are like the big ones. New, old. Yes, no. I'm a mall addict. All caps. What sends my kids really over the top is that I never buy anything. I just look.
All right.
So no, hold on. But getting back to IHOP. Oh yeah, that's where we were. IHOP. This is tangent within a tangent. Here's the thing. Can somebody, anybody, please tell me why the pancakes at IHOP are served on a plate the same size as the pancakes? Is this just me?
Why are you at IHOP, Vince?
He's with his son. They just went to a mall.
Russo
Didn't
goes
buy
to
any.
McDonald's for dinner, doesn't he?
What's he looking at? We all know the stores in a mall. What
He's in the
possibly
sharper image. He's looking at the.
What
Like,
are you
the
window
size.
shopping? He's just wandering into the toy store, then wandering out, then wandering into what?
Going to the Hudson News.
Is he lingering outside the Victoria's Secret?
the
Pervert.
checking out the girls at the piercing pagoda.
Is he like, I gotta go sit in the massage chair, lap around a couple times, I'll be done.
Waiting for God to call.
He's got a Sbarro's. This is real New York pizza.
No.
Is it the water here or what? In the Sbarro's, sir? So he goes, he's okay. Can anyone answer his question? Why are the IHOP? He says, is it just him? Is it just him? Have you guys ever been to the IHOP?
It's just you.
IHOP is like when I'm in another state and I don't know where to go. I mean,
I've done that. But did you get a pancake and you're like, why is
No.
this as big as the plate? Where does the syrup go?
I probably got a Belgian waffle, which is the same size, and I managed fine. Maybe, I don't know.
Just syrup is pouring over the
I didn't
plate.
want to make a connection to his newly found diabetes, but maybe the syrup usage, if it's really got to be that much, you got a problem.
His son is just, it just keeps coming and squeezes it. And it's pouring over the plate, and Vince is doing that. He's like, oh, why do they make them so big? And this is like, don't.
He's got 4 of those little pour things that they think one's enough for your pancake, and Russo's say, "Hey, hon, I need 2 more."
Just a pile of them. Oh man, we're gonna need more napkins. It's all over. You bring a wet rag. The wet rag you use for everything. Just wipe it. It's everywhere.
In the red bucket.
Oh man. And then he goes, what's their angle? Speaking of angle, let's get back to wrestling. Okay. All right. Hulk's eyes housed a look of total distrust. Who is this guy? How is he going to screw me? I once had a promoter say to me, Vince, not only would the boys work our TV for free, but they would pay us to be on our TV. And that was 2002, not 1952.
So that's got to be Jerry Jarrett.
Yeah, or maybe Bill Watts.
No, 2002.
Yeah, that's definitely Jerry Jarrett.
Oh, he
That's
said,
definitely
oh,
Jerry.
I see. For some reason, when I first read it, I thought he was saying that he was in the year 2000. He's telling me in 2002, he was told it. Okay, so I misread it. I was like,
Yeah.
What year was this book published? 2002. God, why is who's he talking? 2002. That's Gewurz is flying high, baby. Again, so then he goes, why all the boys don't, work together? That disgusting word, paranoia. What's ironic?
No, tell me.
He says he's reading back that last line, and it's about how that the wrestlers believe that if they stand up to the promoter will stop hiring them. I don't even believe it. How can business practices be that archaic in 2006? The answer is simple. Time has simply passed them by, both inside and outside of the ring. So then he's like, what if the boys went up to management 2 hours before showtime and were like, you know what? There isn't going to be a pay-per-view tonight unless all our families receive full medical coverage. Like normal people with normal jobs. Would the show be canceled?
I know a guy.
We talked about this. Vince not only knows they won't, he wrote a whole story where they fake strike and still put on a show for the audience. The Boys, which is exclusively how he's been referring to them up until now, and will continue to. That's how the wrestlers are always referred to behind the curtain. Think about that for a minute. These are grown men, husbands, fathers, adults, but yet they're referred to as the Boys. They're referred to as children. When do boys start being treated like men? When do they start getting treated with the respect they deserve? The day they're no longer being taken advantage of. Enough said.
All right.
So if he thinks it's derogatory, why is he partaking in it?
Yep.
Now, we had the Sin Gene. Well, we have the paranoia gene.
Why is he booking Daphne to go through a barbed wire table? Is that...
he knows she doesn't have health insurance. Shame on you, Vince. Sin Gene, paranoia gene. All the wrestlers have the paranoia gene. Let's see. Hogan was paranoid of him. And I never took it personally. I always understood. But it wasn't just Hogan. A lot of veterans who had never met him seemed to be wary of Vince. I got the same vibe from Ric Flair. I could just hear him asking, who is this guy? Who did he ever beat? What is he going to do to ruin my career? That's in Vince's head, he's saying, as he's walking around meeting veterans, that all these guys are like, this guy's going to destroy my career. I felt like Ka in Walt Disney's Jungle Book. Remember him?
No.
I wrote, stop asking me these questions. Who could ever forget that big scene? And I truly was like, I don't know what I've seen Jungle Book, and I'm like, what big scene with this Ka? What do you? No. I don't even know who's Ka. Well, he says it's the snake who says to Mowgli, "Trust in me, just in me." Man, that python could act. Oh, yep, there it was. I said, Vincent cartoon actors. I've solved it.
The great actors, SpongeBob SquarePants.
I believe that both Hogan and Flair construed my developing of the undercard as an attempt to hurt their careers. And this is like the choose thing, where he was like, you're choosing to believe something I don't believe. So here's the problem with Hogan and Flair, right? They think that what he's trying to do is hurt their career. What neither stopped to realize was the impossibility of that notion, even if it was my objective, which of course it was not. So if they would have just thought of the opposite of what they were thinking, they would have known that was true.
Yeah.
Vince is a broken person. No one thinks this much unless they have some kind of guilt in their heart.
Yeah.
You could hear... Oh, so he's just like, I was a Ric Flair fan too. You could hear my pop from Long Island to Long Beach when he would take off his clothes in mid-promo. Where's he watching? Did he get TBS up in Long Island? I thought his background was that he was a huge WD. He grew up...
That would have been like... Flair didn't really start with the taking off the clothes stuff, though, until probably what?
I thought all of his guys were, WWF guys, growing up in Long Island.
Tape trading.
There's never been a more charismatic figure in professional wrestling than Flair. Not even The Rock. Not even Mick Foley. This is whatever year it is, and Vince clearly he's not watching anything. He just knows the couple guys that were around when he was working. What is Flair's opinion on Vince Russo? I feel like it wouldn't be good.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah. And I feel like he just would have... But Vince is still always forever going to be holding out his hand going, I like you. I don't know why you don't like me. So he says, why in Vince Russo, third person, Vince Russo's wildest dreams would I set out to destroy two of the biggest draws? Simply ludicrous, because he goes, hey, my pay was based on ratings and buy rates. It's, it would be in my best interest to book them on the shows. And I was like, you did poorly. That's what's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he says, look, here's part of it. So after saying all that he's like, I would never, ever, ever do anything to harm them. That wasn't my intention. Before he came to WCW, he was watching Hogan and Flair wrestle on Nitro. And strictly from a fan perspective, Vince says it was very hard to watch. What I witnessed that night was two legends that were shells of their former selves, still trying to do it. And I don't say that in a mean-spirited way at all. It's just what I saw. Oh. Hogan's reading. He's like, oh, shell of my former self. Nice. It brings Vinny Rue back to watching Willie Mays play center field. He just didn't have it anymore. That's just life. That's the way it is. People ask me if I would ever go back and write for Vince again. I don't know if I could. That was 7 years ago, and time has passed me by. I don't have my finger on the heartbeat of America like I did 10 years ago. The worldview of Vince Russo was so limited in 1997. And he's like, he's truly in that era was going up to Vince and going, I know America. I know what people want. Howard Stern. Baba Booey. Vince rolling around the words Baba Booey in his head. Baba Booey.
Yeah. I like it.
Watching Flair and Hogan go at it that night at 33 RPM. Yes, he wrote RPM. Why? I don't know. Revolutions per watt. In my opinion, the bookers were just exploiting them to try and pop a number. It was a desperate situation, and that's exactly the way it came across on TV. I was like, wait a minute. Hold on.
Isn't that anybody you put in a match?
Yeah, you're trying to pop a number. That's what your
And
paycheck's
he was like, that's what I would do. Wouldn't it maybe be smart for me to do that? I was like, no, fucking the more he starts talking about the wrestling, the more you see why he doesn't want to write about it, because he always wants it both ways. He wants to point out what's wrong with it, but also that thing that, yes, I know I did that, but wait, now hold on. Let's see, what does he say here? Where is there still a place for them in the business? Yes. Was it as the main event on Monday night? Probably not. Again, these are all just my opinions. Nothing less, nothing more. But I felt that both Hogan and Flair needed to be elevated to icon status. Like, right here, it's like, yeah, you just said that you told him, you're like, I won't diminish you, but also I'm going to ease you out. These guys had to go from just being a part of the show to rising above it. Okay? That's what he wants to do. He wants to raise them up to Babe Ruth icon-like figures, not wrestling, but they're part of the show.
They're going to work the Roman Reigns schedule.
That's why Ric Flair was left out in the middle of nowhere by the filthy animals in the first pay-per-view that Ed and I wrote. And Hogan wasn't even a part of it.
That's the best way he could write Flair off TV, was to bury him in a desert.
I know. I think that's very Babe Ruth-like for him to do that. Very iconic. And then he's like, and Hogan wasn't even on the show. There we go. Let's see. So why is everybody... let's see. So what did he say? We'll both like under the better suit the problem. Unfortunately, neither one of the... Okay, so yeah. Hulk and Flair do not understand what is going on. And so he says, why? Why would they not trust me? Because the animal known as the professional wrestler, the animal, is infested with the gene of paranoia. He brings it up again. That's their mentality, and it will never change. Hogan and Flair were back on TV in the same roles as they were 3 months prior.
Hang on. When did we say Russo started in WCW?
His first show is October, I think, 18th, 1990.
Yeah, because, okay, the first pay-per-view then is Halloween Havoc.
Mm-hmm. That's the first pay-per-view, right?
Hulk Hogan wrestles. He does a shoot angle with Sting.
Maybe what he means is... Maybe we're misreading it, and what he means is Hogan wasn't a part of the Ric Flair thing.
Okay. I thought he specifically said Hogan wasn't even on the show.
He says, here's the exact...
Oh, Hogan wasn't even a part of it. Okay.
Yeah, he goes, but the whole sentence is, that's why Ric Flair was left out in the middle of nowhere by Filthy Animals in the first pay-per-view that Ed and I wrote, and Hogan wasn't even a part of it. So I was like, okay, so he wasn't on the show.
Gotcha.
What does it matter if he was a part of the Flair angle? They're not...
I don't know.
So, he said, the minute I was no longer booking the show, Hogan and Flair were back on TV in the same roles as they were 3 months prior. And guess what? Nobody cared and nobody watched. What a sad commentary. I was like, that's because you chase the audience away. You can't do that. What are you talking about? He says he keeps going on and on in this earlier in the section about I keep telling him that ratings got to be built brick by brick. It's not overnight. But then in his mind, the fans are like a light switch, and it's like Vince left the show. I don't care anymore about Hogan and Flair. I did last week when Vince was booking the show. Now I don't. Let's see, what is it? If I'm supposed to take this part of the book to this is when Vince is in.
That's the other thing. The Flair thing wasn't on a pay-per-view. It was on Nitro. So Russo's all fucked up here, right? He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Taking notes, Vince.
Because remember, they had the announcers call it like a shoot, as if the announcers couldn't see the backstage cameras. And so Flair comes back after digging himself out of a hole, and they wonder if he's drunk because they have to act like they didn't see him being buried in the hole.
Who throws out, is he drunk? Do you remember? Oh. Bobby could not have liked saying
he
that.
was projecting.
He meant to say he must be.
I hate that I know that, and that's a thing.
So, I think we're not. I don't think we're gonna get to it. Maybe because of it. Is it in this one? Nope. But I have a little rant on that. So then Vince is in his feelings here because he's gonna go. If I'm supposed to take this part of the book to apologize to both Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair, I will. I'm sorry. But with God as my witness, I really don't know what I'm apologizing for. This is an awful apology, Vince. What a born again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Also, as God is my witness, I'm not. At this point in my life, is there really any reason for me to be untruthful? Make me nervous, man.
Buddy, usually as you get older, there's more reasons for you to be untruthful.
Yeah, you're trying to tell your
stack on top of each other.
Is this your side of the story or not? Every word I write is directly from my heart and God. All I tried to do was what I thought was the right thing. I just don't know what else to say about it. This fucking... Who was doing this to us, too? Who would be like, I don't really want to talk. Brian Gewirtz was doing it. I don't. He's like, what do you want to know? Why do you want to say? Oh yeah, your thought process on the stuff that you booked and why you thought it was good. In backing off from those last few paragraphs and rereading them, I have to ask myself a question. Should I stop writing? I wrote that. No, yes. Could I have been the one who was paranoid? Is it possible that Hogan and Flair weren't really thinking what I thought they were thinking? What do you think Vince thought when he found out about the term main character? Vince he thinks everyone is thinking about, like, no one's thinking about you, Vince.
Like he's Poochie?
Yeah. Man, is this world destroying us or what? Who do we believe? Who don't we believe? Who can we trust?
Mm-hmm.
Who can't we trust? I'm telling you, this fucking book is fucking rough. And this is not the last time he does this. He's like glitching out.
He's so close to deconstructionism. But then goes back to Jesus.
Who is speaking the truth? Who is lying? How hard is it for man's intentions to be pure? How hard is that? What? How hard is it just to have the mindset of doing the right thing? How hard is it to put others before ourselves? And how difficult it is for us to serve rather than be served? Man, in reading the Bible, it's just so clear to see how we are doing everything backwards. We are all doing the things that Jesus tells us not to do. I've said you lose all points when it descends into this low rent posturing. Oh, yeah. Once you're like, he's so getting so weird and like, I can't even say granular. Just the thing of being like the opposites game. Yeah. What is easy and what is hard and who and what? It's like the person listening to whatever point you made is like, huh?
Why have I just wasted my time with you?
Yeah. What the fuck are we doing? So over the past few years, I've used the expression, the wrestling business is killing the wrestling business, but the truth is it goes much deeper than that. The world is killing the world, and it's just a matter of time before it catches up with all of us. What have we learned?
I don't know. Not much.
Is Vince too dumb to realize he's dumb? Is he, what do they call that, past the Rubicon? Is he like, he's a dumb guy who thinks he's like, whatever that says, is that a saying? Is he, like, where I'm like a dumb guy? Yeah. Am I a dumb guy who's like, I say, I'm a dumb guy. Is Vince he thinks he's learned. He went to Indiana University. South Indiana University. Is that what's that? That's the only thing that baffles me is that when you look at Vince, there's really not a lot going on behind the eyes. Like, it's pretty flat, pretty neutral. And so, is he just operating on this, like, base? I'm not quite sure. I don't know if concussions maybe messed him up.
There's nothing to psychoanalyze.
I know that alone where I'm like, so he's just like an empty shell of these like these little rants bubbling around in his head. But he's like, I'm gonna put that in a book. That's good. For who? For what? Don't treat me low rent because I'm a wrestling fan. I deserve better. Oh man. Well, so you don't want to get through 7, 8, 9?
Oh my god.
No.
We're at the 3-hour mark.
We're done now.
5? We're just about to get to Owen.
I don't even want to read that chapter.
Grossly named Edges First. And no, he's not talking about Over the Edge or anything like that. It's about jigsaw puzzles.
Oh boy, I forgot
Edges
about
first.
that. All right,
Okay.
we're done.
Bye.
Now I see the sun. Yes, now I see it.